fucking, but the money's fucking not even nothing.
Yeah, like she gives so much of her time away. It's crazy. Like, I mean, she's good people.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I love her to death. But she's like, hey, if my TV show gets up and running, like I want you to come on because like you're my friend and like you can talk about your experiences with me and like what I do and that kind of stuff. And I was like, I don't know that I want to be on camera. She's like, we'd pay you, and I was like, no, you wouldn't. I'd be damned if you're gonna pay me. Like I'm your friend. Like no, you're not.
Exactly. I'm gonna do it because I want to do it for you. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
like,
fucking do it for the
no.
money.
That's not how this works.
It's fucking awesome.
She might do it. We never met her.
Yeah, a hammock. Dude, I laid in a hammock.
They used it as dressing their car. Got that black shit on it.
I'll go out and visit her one of these days. She reads for like famous people. The DuPont family, she reads for them. She's read for the guy. What's the guy that did the X-Files?
Conan.
Come here, boy.
Like Patrick Muldoon or some shit like that.
He's
She
fine.
read for Shia
Is he around here?
LaBeouf.
I'm sure he is.
So
If not,
she
he'll be
she
back.
reads for him.
He's all right.
Well, I'll look for him while you
No,
guys.
you ain't gotta look for him. Just chill out. He's good.
She's like some
But-
big.
Well, I'm
time
not
star
doing
she's
anything,
read
so.
for.
I know.
But you know, that's the thing is everybody, they do want that
Yeah,
connection.
I ain't got to say
You want that reading. You want confirmation. It's
I'll go
the
with
same thing. I've been saying that term
You ain't got it.
over and over tonight. You want.
The bad thing with that stuff is that some people though like get a little taste of it, like what I did. Like she gave that to me, and
You
then
want
like
more
there's so many other
confirmation.
people
You
that
want
want it
more
and
and
want it
more.
and want it. And dude, you can only confirm so much, right?
Exactly.
Like the rest of it becomes fluff. It becomes foo-foo shit, right? Like it's nothing set in stone. And like so many people, like once she reads for them and they have that aha moment that like, holy shit, this woman's real. Like she's legit.
You guys looking for the dog?
Then it's like every
He's right
month.
here.
Then like every month they want
I
to call her
just
and be
told
like,
you
oh,
that
I need
he
to
was
read it. Oh, I
fine.
need to-" And she'll tell him, she'll be like, look, you're wasting your money. I can't tell you. Somebody's not going to come through
I
every
just
month
told him
because
that he was fine,
your
not to go
loved
look
ones
for
who
him.
passed away, they have jobs in
Right.
heaven or over in the other place, just like we have jobs here.
Right.
But whatever you do here, like
Thank
she
you
told
for
me,
telling
like,
us, because I
You have to
I'm
ground
over
yourself in
there.
reality. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's
Yeah, she's like when I.
That's my
when
little buddy. I
I'm-
can't fucking.
She's like,
have
I'm
him
very
come.
mothering.
Sorry,
And
I
she
didn't
said,
know he was
because
laying right there. I
that's
knew
my
you were looking
spirit.
for him.
And when I'm
No, it's
over
okay.
there, that's what I
As long as
am.
you're
I'm
on
like
the
a
straight
mother.
side.
Like I help bring in new spirits into the world. So like that's my job. She's like, you have a job over there just like you have over here.
Count
She's like,
He's
so
a
you're not
good-
available all
He's
the
a
time.
good boy, man.
So
He
you can
usually
walk
stays
into a
around.
room and be like, oh, I
He
want to
don't
talk to
run
my
off and
grandpa,
shit.
but your grandpa may not come through.
I hate
Your
when
dad
dogs
might
fucking
come
run
through,
off
or your
and you
brother
gotta go
who died,
fucking
or a cousin, or whatever.
chase him
Like
down
whoever's
for fucking
available
10
is gonna come
blocks.
through. You can't just be like, I want to talk to this person
He
who's
stays
there.
right there.
People come through who have time, and they're only going to come through if they have a message for you. If there's not as a message for you, they're not going to come through. So, like for me, I needed that healing from my grandfather, so he came through.
message.
Like,
It's fucking great.
I'm
She's not
blessed
even
that
tripping.
I had that experience. So.
I love it.
That's what it's about.
But everybody's trying to figure it out, but it's so simple.
So simple.
So simple.
Aunt, are you feeling better?
We said it. We said it at the beginning of the night before we ever ate any kind of hallucinogens. Before the end of the night, you'll say,
Like
"So
right
simple."
now. Like right now.
I think I threw up everything I ate, but
Don't matter.
I feel better.
She's got the shit figured out, dude. It's fucking. It's awesome.
He'll realize it one day.
She's definitely 100% not a fucking doubt about it. 100% she's got it figured out. Dude.
There's a lid on it, honey.
Fucking great.
It's only because I'm 43 years old and went through 13 years of hell with that man.
You're so soft.
It's all for a purpose. It's all
Oh, I learned.
so
I learned and I grew.
what it's all about.
I walked through the storm.
Exactly.
not let it drown me. And that my daughter, I don't know if you met my daughter. I think she left before you got here, but that girl right there, she's even stronger than me.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it back for the baby. No, it's not good.
They're smoking weed. They're fine.
Okay. About to give a high milk over here.
They're smoking marijuana, guys. It's
Like,
cool.
man, bro, man.
I just love it too that fucking I'm able to fucking sit here and what people talk about tripping. And we're, you know what I mean? I'm fucking having a perfectly, the most clear-minded fucking conversation possible. Somebody hasn't ate any fucking, hasn't fucking ate any fucking solution whatsoever. I'm having the most clear-minded conversation that I've ever had in my life with her. She's not even tripping. Is that not fucking nuts? That's why psychedelics are illegal.
I feel like if somebody else can learn from one of my mistakes or one of my lessons, then I'll be able to share it.
That's what it's about, man.
Amen. I teach leadership classes for the company I work for, and I share so many personal stories in those leadership classes because people learn from other people. And that's what it's all about.
I try to teach leadership classes every
Beautiful.
day.
Do what?
And
So
people,
I try to
and even
teach leadership classes every day.
and even people that
My
aren't
brother
even
would.
like aware of it, it's just still a natural. You know, they
Me and
want
you,
to do
right.
that, but they just don't know. You know how? It's a natural. It's an instinct that they want.
It's a
to do
force
that.
pulling them.
It's hard sometimes.
They know
I
that's
know,
they
bro.
know that's what they want to do,
I
but
told
they just
Steve
don't know
the
how
other
to
day,
do it.
man.
I love like
Like,
the
man, it's
leadership
being a
classes
big
that I
bro up
teach.
here,
Like
man. Fucking-
when I took the class, when Owens
Remember
Corning
how we
bought
said
us,
it was the
and the
Amigo,
guy that
and
came
you,
that
him,
trained me,
Kimbo,
when we took the
when we
class,
first started, I was like,
it was
man,
the first
remember it
class.
was
It was a 4-session class. You take
like
like every 3 months, so every 90 days
And then
you have a
fucking all of a
class, and
sudden,
it's 4 sessions
Mhm.
because you
it's like, man,
you
it's a lot of
learn,
weight on our
then you
shoulders, man.
practice,
gotta
and then
train.
you come back and you learn some more,
We're going through
and you
shit.
practice. And that's
What do you-
because you know
you
you
think
gotta
we're not?
practice to be good, right?
No,
To,
man,
to
we're
do
fucking-
something. It's
we're
repetitive.
going through shit too. and
So I was
every day,
like,
too.
this was the first class I've ever taken that I enjoyed because it was very interactive.
We'll get it.
So interactive. So then
We'll
he's
get
like,
there, side by
you need
side,
to
man.
teach these
We'll
classes.
get
Like,
it.
you are perfect for this. You need to teach these classes. And I was like, fuck no, I'm not standing in front of a room full of people and teaching crap.
Right.
No, pass, hard pass. It took him about probably 4 or 5 months to talk me into it. And I said, all right, I'll try it. Why not? Because I love the classes. And so now I teach them, and I've been teaching them for about 3 years now. And the first thing I tell the people in the first class, I'm like, look, here's the thing. This class is all about y'all.
Right.
We have so many different leaders here
It
from so many
follows
different
fucking
departments and so many
straight
different levels.
monsters.
That
They said
y'all are gonna learn from each other. I can guide you in this conversation, but the biggest things that y'all are gonna take away from this are gonna be from each other. So share your stories,
But
share
with
your
both of us
hardships,
over here, it's gonna be
share your
straight.
problems, and I'm just know that I am comfortable with the silence. So if something gets brought up, I'm gonna put it to the class, and I will sit here till y'all start talking. I got 8 hours in this class, so that's where we're at in this. And it's so funny because like at first people are gonna be quiet, and I'll be like,
Man, I had to be a straight fucking monster.
I warned y'all, I'm comfortable with this. We can sit here all day.
I know that. I know.
This class can get over at 1 o'clock, or this class can get over at 4 o'clock. It's your choice. So, and like they'll start talking, and it's like crazy because they want me to take on more and do more because the feedback from all my sessions, the people absolutely
Conan.
love it. And there's like 6 of us facilitators, and I only do like 2
Conan.
pieces.
That's his
And
name.
so many people want me to do more because I don't
Is
do
he
like
alright? What's going on?
I come in and I'm like, look,
just wondering what his name was.
Owens
Oh,
Corning
yeah.
says that this is how y'all should
Conan
be.
the Barbarian.
Your
He hasn't
manager
grown
should
into it
evolve,
just
blah,
yet,
blah, blah.
but-
I don't
Yeah,
give a
he's
shit
gonna
about
be the
He's
Barbarian.
just regular
Is this
Conan,
class
not
about
Conan the
your
Barbarian.
manager?
He'll
This
be
class is
just
about you
regular
because
There he
you're
is.
the
But
manager.
it's
He
because
popped
you
his
got
head
life
up.
figured out, just like that's fucking great.
Once he
So
turns
like,
into
I
that
was like,
monster,
man,
he'll
if
be
I ever got
barbarian.
evaluated
Can't
by
see
the
him,
people
he's
that actually like
Yeah, he's probably
But
trying to
you
get
sound,
some
yeah,
food.
you sound
teach
creepy to
that
some
want
people.
me to like
fireworks
tell
got
me
him fucked up,
like
though.
my boss is in this stuff. They're
like
probably
being
like,
fucking-
yeah, you're fired. You're not doing leadership classes anymore. Because I'm like, your leader doesn't matter. I don't give a shit
You
about
are
your
the,
leader.
like, you are fucking, literally, fucking perfect. Like, that's the only thing, that's the only fucking words I can describe it.
I'm a unicorn.
He's
I'm
fine.
kidding.
He's being a dog.
I love it though because it's
As
like,
far as how you
Oh.
deliver the message and how you, what you do, it's
He's either searching
exact.
for
and
food
you
It's
just
fucking
like
perfect.
or trying to find
people
a
learn
place
from
to
each
take
other
piss.
and you learn from the stories they teach and you know like I think about like with my kids like I told you like my daughter's a strong ass girl like she's a strong ass woman and I believe that's because like my mom never shared life lessons with me growing up. It was like you just fucking do what I tell you to do. Like this is it. Like I don't ever remember like when you know when you have your first heartbreak and your boyfriend first breaks up with you or the first time you have sex and have that like fear or whatever. Like my mom didn't have those conversations with me.
Right.
And like I have those conversations with my kids. Every one of my kids, girls and boys.
Right.
Because I had to be mom and dad. So like I had those conversations and I'm like, look, guys, I have experienced it. So I don't want your life to be as hard as mine was. I want you to learn earlier.
Right.
You know, people think that I'm crazy.
But
because,
yeah,
like,
but for them to realize that you've got it figured out, you know what I mean? That you really
I
have
don't know that I
it
have it
figured
figured
out.
out. I've just learned from my mistakes and from my
But-
from my you know like shit. But
You do. You have
Like-
it figured out. It's fucking great.
and like and I want my kids to be able to learn from that and grow from that and not have to you know wonder or worry or go find out from somebody else. You know, I do a pure romance party every year. And with pure romance, like, I love pure romance because, like, everybody sees it as, oh, it's just a bunch of sex toys. It's a big building party. And
Right.
it's not. Like,
Right.
the women who teach that, like,
My
teach
little
you-
sister did that
Yeah,
actually.
Shade does that. I feel like.
Oh, she still does it?
Yeah.
the women who do this, like, they get taught stuff. And, okay, I didn't do my first party till I was, like, 36 years old. Okay? And
You don't ever do that.
the stuff I learned at this party about a woman's body and a woman's reaction and your sexual responses and stuff like that. If I'd have known at 18, like I was the most self-conscious, insecure person ever. And if I'd have known half that shit, I wouldn't have been that person. So I'm like, dude, my girls need to know this shit. Like, my girls need to know this shit. So as soon as because you have to be 18 to be at a party. As soon as they turned
Okay.
18, I had a party for them and all their girlfriends. And they learned. I'm like, I don't want y'all to be self-conscious, insecure.
She keeps saying that word. That's what's fucking great. She's not even tripping. It's fucking awesome. Cautious.
But
It's fucking.
and people are like, oh my god, you took your 18-year-old daughter. Like you talk about sex and toys and stuff. I'm like, fuck yeah, I do. Like I don't want them to be intimate with somebody and then like them be on an antibiotic or you know just have a stressed out day or something and have issues with the intimacy and think it's their fault because the guy doesn't know what's going on. He's like, what the fuck? You know, what, something wrong with you kind of shit. Like,
Right.
I don't want them to have that experience. I had that experience and it sucks. Because then you doubt yourself and you think something's wrong and there's nothing you could have done about it because it's how your body reacts. So I'm like, they're going to know. Like, they're going to be strong, independent women. And both my girls are strong, independent women. Adam, are you feeling better?
Yeah, way better.
Good, good.
Pretzels help and the tongue, so thank you.
Pretzels always help. Remember that.
I'm just so glad that we have confirmation. All the madness going on around us, like this is fucking great.
What about lemonade?
I'm a little good tissue.
Don't need to.
David's always like, one of these days you're gonna fucking get high with me, you're gonna trip with me, and I'm like, no, dude, I'm 43 years old and I ain't done it yet. I ain't gonna fucking start.
You don't have to.
Oops, I don't need it.
That's the thing about it is the psychedelics are a
Nope.
catalyst.
It's a catalyst.
He said, you hear him? Someday. Nope.
It's a catalyst to try to.
It's a catalyst to help
What
you
we've been
realize.
talking about right now, the realization and shit. That's what psychedelics are.
That's why they're so illegal.
That's why
Because
you
the
don't
government
fail a
does.
drug test for them. I mean, it's
That's why you can only get like medical marijuana and like, you know, people who are in that, like true
It
people
gets-
who really want to help will tell you to do that
It
shit,
gets
take that shit.
it
like,
gets people questioning. What the fuck? What are we doing? You know what I mean? What are we? You know what I mean?
you are here to either learn a lesson or help somebody else through one.
Exactly, but that's what psychedelics help. They're a catalyst to help
The
people
realization.
realize it.
the realization.
Don't need the help.
Exactly, you don't. But I'm saying,
That's what's fucking awesome. Dude. I love that. That is fucking great. Dude. Not everybody does need that catalyst, but it's there for assistance for the people that do need it. For humanity in general. That's what's fucking awesome. For humanity in general. That's what's fucking great.
Hi, buddy.
Oh, look at y'all cuddling over there. Oh, look at y'all cuddling over there.
We're newlyweds, so.
I was gonna say, did you just tell me that she was blocking the smoke from you? I'm gonna come kick you.
Mom, I talked to you on
I
there.
said we're newlyweds. But no, I'm not blocking it.
No, he said something about it. I said, oh, look at y'all. And he said the smoke was bothering me. And I was like, what? Did you just say she's blocking the smoke?
I got a small cup, so.
He smells heaven on it. But
It's awesome, dude.
Wow. I need to put somewhere else.
Put it on this.
My husband will be that sweet on occasion.
But you don't need him to be. That's what's
Do
fucking
what?
great. But you don't even need him to be. You know.
Oh, I do need him to be that sweet. The bitch mode comes out.
It's
He
fucking-
knows what my love languages are, okay? Like, we done read the book. He knows what my love languages are. He knows when in my tank needs filled.
That's awesome.
He probably thinks, God damn, she's being a bitch. I suppose I should do something sweet now. I'm just kidding.
no, you're not.
He's with sex. I want sex and haven't got it. And he better fucking give it to me or I'm gonna be a bitch.
That's fucking
Before we got married, you know, when you get ready to get married and everybody tells the guys, they're like, oh, you better get that shit now, because man, once you're married, she ain't giving it up. Think that
Right.
shit's made of gold, blah, 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 right?
One night that was.
So I looked at him and I said, I'm going to tell you right now, we get married if you think that shit's made of gold. Totally opposite in our relationship.
Shooting some guns off. How many people came to that?
You cracked me up, bro. Peanut gallery over there. Yeah, well, fucking sprinkle of water.
They didn't even try to. They just came.
Yeah, it wasn't planned really necessarily. I mean, it was a little bit. But this wasn't planned.
Or was it?
Not by us.
It wasn't planned by us, exactly. It's all part of the plan.
None of this was actually planned, okay? Like, I said, babe, do you want to go out to dinner with your parents for your birthday, or do you want to have a little get-together with a few of your friends? And I come home, and he says, so, honey, I kind of posted this on the Brothers page, and there's probably going to be a lot of people coming. I was like,
There's a reason. There's a purpose for it. So it's not because this conversation that we're having right now is fucking
It's gonna spark it.
There was a lesson learned for me
It's gonna
because-
spark it.
because, like, I had told him before,
I know I
like,
shouldn't. I
I
always
had been
go
to a couple of, like,
to Speedway
y'all's
by my house, but
brotherhood
it's where all the
Right.
fucking tweakers and like
and they did not resonate well with me
Right.
because there were some people there that were, like, fucked up.
Right.
Shitty Speedway.
And that's
I've
not
been
what the
around
fuck.
it
That's
enough
not
to
what.
know when somebody's
But
fucked up, when somebody's tired. I've
Right.
lived it for
that's not what the
years.
fuck it's about. You know what I mean?
It's the message.
Right.
It's the
So
message.
when he
The
first
idea.
talked to me about this, like, I was like, that's awesome. Like, you have a group of, it's like AA, you know what I mean? Like, alcoholics need people to boost themselves up. You know, you got a bunch of guys who've been to prison together that are trying to boost each other up and keep each other on the straight and narrow. I think that's awesome.
Awesome.
I love it. I love that it's about family and it's about, you know, worshiping something, God, whatever.
Whatever it
Believing in
is.
something.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Right. I
How long
love
is it
that.
hanging there?
But then the first
You're
couple
so-
experiences.
That's what makes it so attractive. You know what I mean? It does. It makes it fucking
Look,
so
the
attractive.
jewel she
The
had,
first couple experiences that I had with it
she didn't know how long that was hanging
were
on
not
her ear.
great experiences for
That's
me
the other
because there were people there that
It
were.
just was hanging
But you
there.
can't let those negative. You know,
Right.
you're
First time,
you know,
okay.
you
The
know.
Second time, same
Right.
thing.
Right.
Third time, he wasn't there, but
I mean,
like
I
I
wanna
was
buy
there.
water.
Kind of.
I wanna fucking
I didn't stay very long. I just kind of went out, let people visit with him on the computer,
Right.
and left. But then the shit that happened
I need a
after
funny
I left
place
was
that
out.
has,
lighters.
Not the greatest, right?
I need to find
So
a place that
then
sells a legit lighter.
He asked me to come do the Relay for Life thing,
sell
and
that
I was
pure
like,
shit.
fuck. Do not want to go be around all these fucking people because it's not what you said it was.
But that's
Like,
what.
And
That
I
was
went, and it was great.
exactly.
It was great. It was a good experience. I enjoyed myself.
Exactly.
So I needed the second experience with
Exactly.
the people who give y'all's brotherhood a bad name by going out and getting fucked up and doing
Right.
dumb shit.
And we've been trying to talk everybody into since the beginning of the night. Hey, this is listen to us. It's fucking
Yeah. So like
eat the mushrooms
For
and
me,
fucking listen.
my lesson learned was this is my second experience with this group, which turned out to be a good thing, especially since my daughter came. Like because in the past experience with his group of friends was never the greatest.
Right.
So that was our lesson learned in that.
Well, we're a little different.
Y'all are pretty great though.
We appreciate that.
Because let me tell you, there's some of them in your group that I do not think are pretty great.
They'll weed themselves out.
And I thank goodness they did not show up tonight.
They'll weed themselves out.
They weren't going to. They weren't going to show up tonight because that's not
It's not part of it.
it's not part of the message. What we're
I
talking
want
about
my
right now.
husband surrounded by a group of guys who want to stay out of jail and want to stay off the drugs and
Right.
out of that lifestyle and that
Right.
don't want that lifestyle again.
Right.
I don't want him surrounded by old friends who want to.
But they don't even know what they don't even know what they
I
want.
can
That's
go
the
party for a weekend and do some meth or some cocaine or snort some pills
Right.
or whatever, and it's okay.
it's because they don't know what they want.
It's
They're
not okay.
they don't know what they want. It's fucking
They're
just,
lost.
They're lost.
Right.
They
Like
don't
you
have
said
anybody,
earlier,
they don't have anybody to guide them.
she said it earlier.
this
They're
is the
they're all
bad-
trying to get to the same
Destination.
destination, but they just get
But
lost.
until you want
Exactly.
that, other
The real-
people can't help you.
Exactly. It's fucking awesome.
I had to learn that the hard way with him because forever I was like, why can't he doesn't love me enough to quit doing the drugs. He doesn't love our kids enough to quit doing the drugs. He doesn't, and it was never that. It was he didn't
not-
love
it's not.
himself enough to quit
Right,
doing
it's
that.
not.
Exactly.
And there wasn't anything, but it took a long time for me to understand that there wasn't anything that I could have done differently or that I
All
that
about-
I could have done to help
Right.
him. He had to want to help himself before
Right.
anything could happen. It had nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
But
It's
it-
fucking aw-
The
that's-
support is the only thing that it helps.
Right,
It
but I'm
don't
saying that like
cure-
everything else
they
though,
don't
and
cure,
that's the
you know.
downside to people who are on the flip side. So like, when this happens and him or y'all or whatever are going through what you're going through, those of us on the flip side, we don't understand that yet and we don't, know it yet.
But
and
for
it's
you to
hard.
realize, but for you to actually realize, which a lot of people don't realize that's the difference. You know what I mean?
But it took a lot for me to get that. Honest to God, like what sticks out the most to me, when he went to the Serenity House years ago, when all this first really kicked off, we went in there and it was ran by ex-drug addicts, people who had been there, done that, right? So you can't bullshit them.
Right.
And the thing that resonated with me, because he went for his interview, they're like, we're going to talk to you and see if you're a fit or not.
Right.
And we went in there and he's like, you're the wife? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, you're on board with this? And I said, absolutely, like 100%, yes. Like, he's reached out, he wants to get help, yes.
And
And he
people,
said,
people think you're crazy and shit too, but it's
well, this is what
but
resonated with me.
it's fucking
He said,
awesome.
he said, this is going to be harder. He told David, he said, I'm going to talk to your wife for a second. And he said, I need to explain something to you and I need you to understand it. He said, this is going to be 10 times harder on you than it's going to be on him.
Right.
And I was like, how is that,
Because he
right?
don't
Like, he's the
understand.
one that's trying to sober up.
Because
He's
he don't,
the one that's
but he
trying
don't
to do this.
understand.
Like,
He don't know.
right, but like, to me, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, whatever, like, how's this going to be hard on me? He's the one that has to do all this shit.
Right.
Like, I'm just sitting on the sidelines kind of thing, right?
Right.
And he was like, he said, this is going to be harder on you than it's going to be on him. And
Because
I
he
was
don't-
like, how's that? And he said,
No.
he's put you through hell, right? Like, you guys have been through hell and back right now, right? And I was like, yeah. He said, have you really talked about it? And I was like, no.
Exactly.
He
don't
said,
know. That's
all
fucking
these
great.
feelings that you have, he said, I'm sure you're angry. I'm sure you're hurt. I'm sure you have some shit that you want to hash out with him. And I was like, oh, yeah. And he's like, all that shit, sweep it under a rug and leave it alone. And I'm looking at him like, you're fucking crazy, dude. Like, that's what we're here for, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, seriously, he said, because he is not going to heal. He is not going to get better.
Yeah.
He is not going
gonna confuse
You're
you.
not going to do anything but keep him down and hold
Yeah.
him
It's going
underwater.
to confuse him more and more.
If all you want to do is talk about, well, you did this and you did that and you could have done this and why
it
didn't you do
confuses
this?
him and it gets him off
Yeah.
that
He said-
destination, that path
Yep. He said
that
until
everybody is
Yep.
is trying to
he
find.
said until he makes it through this program, he said, and there will come a step where he has to come to you and admit his wrongs and apologize. He said, and even at that step, I need you to stay quiet. I need you to not talk about your feelings. I need you to not do this because all you'll do is set him back. He's like, until he is ready, you cannot do anything.
You feel it,
And
bro?
that right there stuck with me so much. But I still, even then after that, like, I failed. I totally failed because I was still like, I can't believe you did this to me. Like, afterward, like, after he got out of the Serenity House stuff, I was like, you're such a piece of shit. I can't believe you did this to me. Like, you don't love me enough or you don't love our kids enough. And so, like, I enabled the whole process. Just
Right.
as, I mean, he did it. It's all on him. But I enabled it.
But you kind of, yeah, it's fucking great.
But it took a long time for me to realize that and learn that lesson.
You ever give him catnip?
No.
He's with Aiden and Dominic all the time.
fucking great.
There's something
I
on.
love it.
And he comes out.
He's a pretty great guy
Do you tell him, like, just do it at
when
the
he's
house?
sober.
Oh man,
Oh, yeah.
it's fucking
That's
beautiful.
awesome, bro. Because look, you already know how it is, bro.
You're there.
If
to-
you're fucking super strict and say if you can't do shit, you know what they would do.
fucking
You
great.
You say fucking you got to do it in the right way. Yeah. That's exactly.
Helping to get
I
that
try to
fucking
have an
get
open relationship with
every
them. I don't
person,
want them
every
to
form of
realize it's
consciousness to that fucking to that destination, whatever it may be.
Gateway, but it's not.
They're all on the same path. They're just trying to fucking. They get sidetracked.
Yep. We're all the same fucking thing.
But then you have people like her that realize and fucking help guide the lost people, which is a lot of fucking people, pretty much all of them, honestly.
Everybody that follows religion.
I originally wanted to
I mean,
go.
it's just it's to be truthful, it's pretty much a large percentage of humanity. That's what it is. They're all saying
Lost.
Lost. It's fucking great.
Well, and I think that too, like anybody who tries to help somebody else, you have to realize what level they're at and where they're at. Like, I'm not a big religious person. Like, I believe in God and I pray, but I don't go to church every Sunday. Like, I don't push on my kids. I couldn't tell you half the Bible stories or half the books.
Right. You just realize there's a spiritual aspect and that's
You have to meet somebody where they're at and be willing to talk on that level. Like, you can't
You're part of the plan, bro.
expect somebody to
I
walk this path just because you walk that path. Like, you have to guide them on the path that they're on and try to help them on the path that they're on and meet them there. And that's where a lot of people fail. Like, someone's sad, you gotta let it be sad. You can't take their sadness away. You can just try to help them through it.
Be able to chill, brother.
That's what it's about. The message. But it could have never worked out more perfect. You know what I mean? It's just her. It's fucking great. It's meant to happen. It's meant to happen for sure. She's been saying it since the day, since the beginning of the night. It's destiny. We talked about it.
Fate.
Fate, destiny.
We're all here for a reason.
But the realization of it is that's the battle. That's the battle. It's fucking. It's a battle. It's a real
Every
battle.
person that comes into your life is either meant to teach you a lesson or you're meant to teach them a lesson. There is a reason that person is in your life. Whether it's for a brief moment, whether it's for a long period of time.
Yeah, it's pretty.
My life lesson is sitting over there smoking a blunt.
They were all right here, just in this just the conversation. It's confirmation of how spot the fuck on.
I think that wind change does much.
How spot the fuck on though that she's got it. Dude. So, hallucinogens give that confirmation. I told Odin from the beginning of the night, it's confirmation of an ideal. So it's a validity test, basically, is what it is.
Looks like
It's a validity test for humanity.
I know, I said, I think it went from you to me. I mean, they did say it followed obedience, so.
It follows beast.
That's why it left me.
I mean, I could be a beast. Just saying.
That's why I fucking.
I prefer beauty, but.
I do definitely see it going straight to you.
It is. Like, I was like, damn, my eyes are burning. Like, shit. It kind of circles
I gotta
around.
pee
It like
too
goes
real
away
quick.
from me and then
But
it
I've
comes
gotta
back.
come back
and
to
then
this
it goes away,
conversation.
and then it
Yeah.
comes back. Woo!
I'm recording it also.
Are you?
That lemonade was so good, dude.
Yeah.
Some more. Grab some more.
All right. Where you at? Huh? Yeah, still recording. I'm recording everything. Every time I trip. So I got more confirmation.
Where was it at, though? Was it a small floor?
Oh, bro, enjoy your shit, bro. I'm sober.
Starting to understand more.
I got a buzz.
Hi, baby.
You ain't heard me over here the whole time.
No, I knew where you were at, but I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
You heard I was here then.
I knew where you were. I can see you every time you put that lighter up.
So the question I have is,
I said my life lesson sitting over there smoking a joint.
so the question I have is, when's the last time you've ever like got into depth with just
Oh,
explaining?
hell, honey, I get into deep conversation with people on a weekly basis. I'm the go-to person at work for people when they have problems, or
But
I'm
does
the
everybody
mother of
listen?
all. Like,
But does everybody listen, or?
I think it just depends. A few weeks ago, I had a guy off production. Like, I share an office with my boss, and then when he's gone, like, people come in. I literally, like, when he's gone, I hardly get any work done because so many people come in and talk to me. But here a few weeks ago, there was a guy that had been in our department, and he transferred out, And he just came in my office one morning. He's on third shift, and he came in and he just sat down. I was like, "Hey, Wade, like, how's it going, buddy? You doing all right?" And he's kind of like mentally challenged. Like, he got to get out of our department because he can't read very well, and he can't write very well. And in shipping and receiving, like, you have to be able to do that well.
Right.
So he ended up getting out on production. And he's kind of goofy looking, and like people make fun of him and shit. And like I was always nice to him, just my personality. And he came in and sat down, and I was like, "Hey Wade, how's it going? Like, how you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, all right." And he's kind of sat there, and so like I shut my computer down, and I was like, "What's up, buddy? Like, you need to talk? Like, what's going on?" And he's like, "I just really need somebody to talk to." And I said, "Okay." I said, "You know, do we need to lock the door so nobody comes in or what?" And he was like, "Yeah." So I locked the door, and he said, "You know, my wife and I are having a lot of problems here lately." He said her niece moved in with her kids, and like I'm the only one working, and he's like, "It's just getting really hard." And he said, "I'm not gonna lie," he said, "I sat there the other night and I thought about killing myself." And I was like, "Well, like, why would you think that?" And he was like, "Well, because I just feel like it's just so hard that why even do it?" And I said, "Don't you have kids, Wade?" He said, "Yeah." And I said, "Sweetie, how do you think that your kids would feel if you left? Like, do you think your kids love you?" And he was like, "Well, yeah, I know they love me." And I said, "Do you love your kids?" And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "But man, like my wife and I just fight all the time." And I said, "Is it worth putting your kids through hell though if you leave this world? Like, somebody loves you enough that if you leave, you're gonna break their heart." I said, "You are loved and you are worthy. Like, why would you want to like think that?" And he was like, "I just don't feel that way." He's like, "It's just," I said, "Yeah, everybody goes through hard times." And Owens Corning has this great program. It's an EAP program. And you can call this and you can talk to counselors. They will get you with the person you need to talk to. And they will, 6 free sessions. Owens Corning will pay. It's a Healthy Minds, Healthy Living for their employees. And I was like, "Hey, like, we have this program. I think it's a really great program." I said, "Have you ever heard of it?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've kind of heard of it. Don't know much about it." And I said, "Well, you know, like, I'm obviously not a counselor." I said, "Like, we can talk, but like, I think that you need someone to talk to a little bit more who can give you the right resources, help you in the right spot." I said, "So I can give you this card and, you know, you can call this number, or I can call it for you, hand you the phone and step out of the office." And he was like, "No, like, will you stay in the office?" And I'm like, "All right." So we called the number and I handed him the phone, and they set up a person like to call him back to talk to him about counseling and stuff, and they hung up, and he was like, "I just want you to know that like I knew I needed to talk to somebody, and you've always been really nice to me." He said, "And I didn't try to kill myself, but it was going through my head like, this sucks, life sucks, I should just kill myself and get it over with." He's like, "But I didn't." He said, and I knew that I could come in and talk to you." And I was like, "Well, thanks. Like, I appreciate that, you know, you felt like you could talk to me, and you know, let me know what happens. You know, my door's always open." And I seen him a couple weeks later, and he was like, "Hey, I just want to say thanks. Like, I went to my first counseling session, you know, and it's really helping, and I'm gonna stick with it. And, you know, like, thanks for just listening and talking to me." Like, and that happens, I can't say on a weekly basis, but more often than not with me. Because, like, I meet a lot of people. I gotta move this smoke. I meet a lot of people, like, with traveling and doing this leadership stuff. And I get phone calls all the time for shit like that. Like, people just call me and be like, "Hey."
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
but yeah, so, like, I have deep conversations with people often.
You don't try to have it. You don't want that to happen. It just
Happens.
because
Well, like, I let people know that, like, they can come talk to me, and I feel like I'm a decent listener. And then, but I teach that shit too, so that's helped me learn it.
that's fucking like the purpose of life, pretty much. Like literally, the purpose of fucking life. That's fucking that.
I'll definitely have to move.
Two people off there today and had a photo all hanging.
Hey man, I was like,
You can't put this finger. Oh, there, bro.
blanket over there?
Huh?
Not you.
At the restaurant, he came and fucking took pictures of us.
Oh my goodness, my eyes are watering like crazy.
Can I have one of your cigarettes, little brother?
Yep. Can I have one too?
That could
We
happen.
just gotta stop.
I can't hear you.
Yeah,
So that couldn't happen. Just that conversation alone.
I think if you open yourself up and
We
you
could
know
share
that
one.
you're
They're super long.
emotionally available and you're not just like, oh yeah, you can come talk to me, but then you're typing on your computer or you're on your phone or whatever, and
Right.
somebody's trying to have a conversation with you.
Right, you really mean it.
Like, you gotta truly listen to somebody and care and
Right.
follow up.
Right.
Like, that's the big thing. Like, if people come talk to me and then I see them out on the floor a week or so later, I'm like, hey, how's it going? Everything going okay? Like what we talked about before?
And people are naturally attracted to you because of that. So, you know, it's
Just gotta let people know you give a shit.
That's why we buy the Camel Crush because it's regular. And then Camel Crush.
When my kids were younger, I used to challenge them. I would say, all right, so today I want you guys to do something nice for somebody and not let them know it was you. You know, take your teacher Pepsi, take your friend a candy bar, open a, whatever, leave somebody a nice note. And then when y'all come home tonight, I want to know what you did. And I'm going to ask. And I would. And, like, my kids would, like, a lot of times they'd be like, oh, Mom, I took your last Pepsi and put it on Miss A's desk. So I couldn't get mad that they took my last Pepsi because, like, I told them to do something nice. So,
Nobody
Dude,
touched
I
that
stuck
fire.
to my teacher too. She was really hot.
they didn't do it because of that.
Which one? At Walter?
Realization, bro.
You gotta teach.
At Walter?
Like,
Yeah. Which one? Miss Sawyer's. Oh yeah.
and then, like, whenever I do, like, charity events and stuff, like, my kids were always involved
Did
in
you like-
charity
I was
events.
14.
So, like,
I'm trying
when
to-
my kids
Damn.
started college, they were transcripts for, like, community events, charity services, and stuff like that.
See, I only went
That
up
shit, they
to
could fill out a
7th
book
grade
on that shit, because, like,
I
they
know
were
the teacher you
they were
probably
voluntold until they were about
Right.
15, and then they volunteered.
Oh, like for Jim Stafford. Yep.
But
Awesome. One of the best teachers ever.
that's your job as a parent, to raise decent human beings.
Everything happens for a fucking reason.
I mean, my youngest son's kind of an asshole, but he's still a decent human being. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. He's a good kid.
Air conditioner, bro.
I mean, whatever the hell that is.
Mole frogs? Is there a lake around here or something?
Pretty sure it's an air conditioner.
I was out there pissing. I'm like, man, these frogs are loud as fuck.
You might be able to go see all the way to some lake right now.
I know, and that was the first time I ever heard somebody say, hey, those are frogs. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm about
Fucking air conditioner?
to have a word with these frogs.
They were saying, take Mrs. Stanford down.
Mr. Stanford was a guy. He was the cool teacher. It was Miss Sawyer's, bro. That's hilarious.
It tried to be funny, dude. It turned out to be gay.
But Mr. Stanford, he was cool, but he wasn't that cool.
I mean, I suppose it depends on who you're talking to. It could have been Mr. Stanford. If he was talking to my son, it would have been Mr. Stanford.
Somebody,
Hey,
never
bro,
mind.
that was hilarious.
Crazy.
Miss, we had a teacher, art teacher named Miss. We called her Miss C, and she
Yeah,
wanted everybody.
Mrs. C. Or Miss C, yeah, you're right.
She wanted everybody to call her Miss C because her real name was Miss Cordis Salardas.
Cardis Alardis, yeah.
Yeah. So,
We
and she was
just
really
met,
big, so
and we
like
went to
everybody
the
used to
same
call her
school.
Miss Cordis.
Like,
That's
in a
awesome.
super small town.
That's awesome.
I don't even know what
It's so coincidental. I mean, I'm 10 years older than him, but
She's like, y'all just start calling me Miss C.
There's a reason for it.
She got tired.
she yelled at me one time because I said I was gonna cut someone's hair.
No shit. I don't like the taste of these fucking cigarettes, man. Just keep
Well, mine.
We're used to a certain kind of cigarette.
And I told you, dude, don't let
These
me.
are great. Yeah,
I
you
told
seen
you,
the
don't
pack?
let me hold your
The
jewel.
pack has a shield on it. That's
I done
why
lost
I
it.
buy 'em.
I done lost it.
This fucking
Perfect. We don't need that drill anyways.
let me hold it.
Told you that fucking light in your car would go out.
Yeah, finally, but the sensor's fucked because it's supposed to go out way
dead,
before
bro.
then. So the sensor's fucked up.
No.
Found it.
Just the fucking.
Told you I'd figure it out.
Oh yeah, bro, fixed it.
See it, bro. It's fucking crazy.
Did you ever have Miss Winley?
Or to see the
You know
fabric
who I hated the most?
of
The
existence.
music
It's
people.
fucking.
What was her name?
I got a U every time. Like there is no F. It's unsatisfactory every time. Because I will
Over
not
here?
sing. Yeah, I know. It's fucking
No,
Where
she
you
liked
at?
me because I could sing. Here,
Not by me.
not
I'm
me.
done with it.
I don't like the taste of
You should come over here by me.
But apparently, like when I was a
There's
baby,
no way in hell I'm laying on that
they
blanket.
couldn't even take me in church because every time they started playing the organ,
Not into that big a PDA.
Right.
And I know you.
It's all good.
I would assume though he's probably been listening in some shape or form.
Oh, yeah. They all have.
I hate that shit. But they used to be like,
It's a message.
My grandma's like, yeah.
It's-
every
it's
time they
too
took me
strong
to
of a
church,
message.
they
It's
used
too
to fucking
powerful
scream
of a
their head
fucking
off,
thought.
fucking sing.
Everybody will hear what they needed to hear.
It's
Nah,
too
not
powerful of a
happening no
thought
more.
for them to not be attracted to the thought. You know what I mean? It's fucking. That's what's fucking awesome.
That's why it's controlled.
Not being sarcastic or anything, do you guys believe in like extraterrestrial? Like,
Of course.
aliens and shit?
Absolutely.
I've seen it on TV.
You know, they're probably all sitting around something on their planet being like, do you believe in human beings?
Right.
Hey, that'd be
Like,
crazy.
seriously.
I kind of.
We can't be the only planet inhabited by shit, you know?
Well, I read where they just found two planets that are just like Earth where people could exist. Like, it's not like Mars or nothing. It's like
starting,
Earth
bro.
where fucking there's like plantation and sea and everything.
It's fucking starting. It's awakening. Conscious awakening. This world's ready for it.
It's humanity in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All I see are the cherries of cigarettes over there. Like on the plate, it's like 1, 2, 3. It's like, see embers over there.
You know it's illegal to throw out a cigarette?
Yep.
They'll probably,
It's
they
littering.
can pull you over.
Yeah, it's like a $200 ticket.
It's considered littering.
But yeah,
Well,
for,
not
I mean,
even that. It's called.
I mean,
I got pulled over for calling a lighted amber or.
oh god,
Oh,
something.
at Ignite, yeah.
Like
there
this.
is,
But they have that
Something
new
like
thing
that.
on them where they.
yeah, there is
throw out.
fucking. That's just
You
extra
look on the side of the
bullshit.
Light.
box, it'll say
Fucking
Right.
nothing.
Everything goes back
Nothing.
to light.
Something they put into it to make it
Stupid.
stop.
Consciousness is light.
Do you want to go to the hotel?
But I mean, yeah, it's like, why even waste the energy, like she was saying, of thinking of if there's other
Absolutely.
UFOs? We know
There's
we
no
know
fucking.
It's pointless.
Yeah,
even-
there's not even
we
a
know for
question.
sure there's other
That's-
intelligent
that's
life
the
out there.
thing.
It's just stupid. It's stupid as fuck to think anything otherwise.
Yeah.
It's so simple. What we said from the beginning, it's so simple. Like, why the fuck would you ever think anything different? It's dumb. And then as I'm talking about that, you can start feeling your fucking trip intensify. I'm just saying, I know you can.
Well, I mean, I can't.
No, I know. No, you don't even need to. That's. But I'm telling her. I
You
know
gotta
you
figure it out.
I know you can feel the trip intensify when I say that.
I'm just trying to make it funny.
No, you're perfect.
Even on that thing, I fucking.
You're exactly where you need to be.
I'm surprised it didn't break.
It's fucking great, dude.
If that was me, I'm like, oh,
Why would you ever think
fucking
we
knocked
do
me
that?
out in 1 month. That was funny.
It's
listening
so
to my
simple.
sisters earlier.
It's so simple, but
That's why it's so beautiful.
That's how you do it. Like, you do it.
It's the beauty in it.
the beauty in it is, yeah, it is so simple. But just like every time I do this, we talk about Albert Einstein, and he had a fucking revolutionary thought that he came to him in Grange or whatever it was, that civilization, like it wasn't. It was so fucking crazy what he thought. Supposedly, what he thought that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why would it? How he thought it, and why anybody would ever follow it is the question. You know what I mean? But then years later, 30 years, 40 years later after his death, it's the fucking it's
It's what it is.
it's, yeah. And then the whole scientific fucking community is like, how did we ever
Think anything different?
see it differently?
That's why I said I am my question.
But that's what's fucking crazy, dude.
It's gonna have to be one.
How did we ever
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna
see
tell David too. David. Hey, David.
any differently?
Hey, I gotta leave my car here until tomorrow. Is that okay?
Baby, are you falling asleep over there?
Right. Park over. I can park.
Oh, he ain't
tomorrow.
falling asleep.
You can be right where it's at.
Huh.
He's listening.
Okay.
Look right where it is.
Alright.
It's out of drive.
I knew I wasn't gonna be able to drive. I just
I'm
wanted
good.
to let you know.
If it's out the drive, you're good.
But we're just going like.
Like 10 minutes
We're
from
only going 10 minutes from here, so I'm just gonna pick it
So I'm
up.
gonna tell her y'all at
He's probably gonna
Wabash
stay
or
here.
Yeah.
the Holiday Inn.
No, it's the cheapest one.
We got a pool.
There is a pool.
Are you talking about leaving right now?
Wow.
Are you guys talking about leaving right now?
The Nights Inn or something like that. And then one over the Wabash Inn or some shit like that.
Bro, you're in the middle of a trip. You should probably not leave in your car
Well,
right
they're
now.
not realizing until they hit that road. They'll be like,
Yeah, you should
well,
probably not drive
brother,
right now, bro.
I'm not driving.
I'm fine. I'm
No, you ate mushrooms too. You should probably not drive.
not that, fucked up.
I know what I gave you.
But
It's gonna be different when you're in that car.
It'll definitely be different when you get in that car. I just gotta make sure my dog. Oh, watch out, bro. You okay, brother?
Who's this, Kevin?
Oh yeah,
Hey, brother.
you out here, bro?
Yeah.
On our way, bro.
We gotta go to the hotel.
Well, make sure these guys get there safe.
I am. I'm keeping my car here.
Okay.
Yeah, but he ate,
No, he's not
No.
sure.
he ate some Xanax. Right?
Well, that's yeah.
I've been drinking.
Where is it? I'll take you. Where is it?
She feels normal.
Yeah, that's what she thinks.
No, here. I'll take you guys.
I know I can. That's why I'm
You're
in
not.
my car.
Man,
I
the
will
shit
drive
you
you.
guys did for A-Rob, man, it means a lot. And,
Oh yeah, whoever gave money to A-Rob, please let me know
fucking
so,
knows a
because
lot.
he wants to keep track of everybody so he
You
can
okay,
pay him
bro?
back.
Oh yeah.
I gotta
You
roll
okay?
about it.
I'm good. I'm fine.
Who, hey, who all gave money to A-Rob?
I'm not driving. Fuck that.
Hey, who all gave money to A-Rob?
It's 10 minutes away, right?
yeah, we're good. I'm driving. I wouldn't say I
Okay.
have too much to lose. I wouldn't say I'm good
Who all
at
gave
driving.
money to A-Rob? I think I got $40.
But you ate
whole license.
you
I'll
ate
pocket it.
mushrooms.
Oh, I will.
If she feels like when she turns these lights on or anything, if it's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be weird.
I'm fine.
No, I will take you guys.
No, seriously,
No,
100%. I would lose my whole career if I felt like that. But
I understand that.
You
so
don't-
I'm
you
like,
don't
I
have to
wouldn't
do
drive
this
if
for
I didn't feel
everybody.
like I was good.
Enjoy yourself.
Okay, whatever.
No, I appreciate the.
Hey, who gave money to A-Rob?
What do you
I
think?
have to know.
What do you think?
'Cause we gotta
I have it.
know.
I have a list in my
Hey,
thing.
Okay.
I had her write everything down.
Okay,
We're good.
all right.
Kevin.
We just gotta get the dog.
Hey, it was good to see you, bro. Oh, you man.
All right.
I don't know what it is. Hey,
Thanks for
next
having
ti-
us in
next
your
time,
home.
I'll do it with you, bro. I'll just,
Make sure.
I
that
wasn't
you-
in the mood.
Make sure that you.
Glad that we can.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm buzzing a little bit, but like I'm not fucked up. But I still can't drive.
I understand you can't drive. But just make sure she drives.
Make sure you roll your windows up though.
I got your number, so I'll call you.
Come on, baby.
Come on, Conan.
Yeah, just call me if you need me. I'll come get you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys be careful.
Oh, we will.
Where's he at? Is he
I just walked up to the house. Like, I don't know what he's doing.
You guys need to stand up.
Who is it? Where are you guys going?
She wants me to take her to the truck.
Tired.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
You're tired?
Hey, thank you for having us.
Hey, thanks for coming, guys.
Good to see you.
I'm a hugger, sorry. No, that's okay. It's right there.
You guys better be careful, dude.
Oh, shit. I thought I kicked him off.
Straight hillbilly.
I didn't have mine to begin with. Like, I play cornhole, my shoes gotta come
Thank
off,
you
right?
for that.
Horseshoes.
Be careful,
gotta go.
dude.
My shoes don't come off, I can't play.
Hey, thank you guys, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for that.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Stand up, hug, Chief. Unless you're.
I've already done that once, but I'll do that again.
Oh, did I? My bad, man.
I'll give you 2 more hugs. I'll tug you all the way to the car, bro. What I say, they'd be thanking us by the end of the night. I'm not sure they're just lost. I mean, they've been lost the whole time. Sucks, but we fucking tried.
My husband totally went in the house. I'm wondering if he's gonna make it back out. Yeah, he barely made it in.
I know, he was stumbling like hell. I told him.
Loud ass car.
They got all that drink.
Wait, that's their dog, ain't it? Oh, okay.
Dude, they fucking
Yeah, they took the dog,
never
didn't
eat. They make mushrooms one at a time.
I don't think she should drive.
Adam's with them. He hasn't done anything. He'll make sure they're alright.
But
He's riding with them.
I mean, he's not tripping, I understand.
No, he's fine.
But oh, he's driving?
No, he's been drinking, but he's gonna direct them.
Oh, God.
The blind leading the blind.
Basically.
They'll call me if they need me. Anybody else does.
Weren't they saying his interior lights didn't go off? Or wouldn't go off or
They
something?
will.
Okay.
They don't know what the fuck they were doing.
And now they're leaving driving.
I really don't think.
I was just texting and just the thought and just texting about connection between everything. And I could feel it intense as I was fucking texting. That's fucking nuts.
She's guiding him back out here.
Where'd Miranda go?
She's in the truck.
In the truck.
In the truck.
Why?
She's says she's tired.
What in the fucking world?
Come over to your chair. Come over to your chair.
No, I'm all apart.
Right here, right here.
What'd you walk in there for?
He was there, he's in his recliner. I'll kick that.
He's in his fucking recliner.
Pass out,
She made
dude.
him come out here.
I'm like, oh hell no. Like, all your friends are out there wondering where you're at. Get your ass over here. Your party.
No, she's gonna go in there and get there.
Pee! I want her to pee!
Oh, you
Your
didn't even
party.
pee?
Well,
This is fun.
that'll be interesting. It'll be interesting how they getting a call from them tomorrow.
Yeah.
They are just pulling out, I'm pretty sure.
No,
Yeah, it's a good thing. I mean, Adam even.
they already they took off that way. Where you going?
Say don't pee on my blanket.
I'm taking a piss. I'll be back.
I say don't pee on my blanket.
When I get back over that way, watch
What?
fucking fire without touching it. It's gonna fucking
It's too close.
right
Oh yeah?
now. Guaranteed.
I'll move it. I just moved it.
100%.
Huh? No, it's just touching off. And two of
And
me
the stars are heading over there.
freaks out about bugs. I hate bugs. I couldn't even get Carolyn to go watch fireworks because it was hot and there's bugs. And you're definitely a teenager.
What?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the light's still on.
I know for sure now. No matter
You're
how,
being sneaky. I heard
no
you.
matter,
I heard you.
no matter what amount of mushroom I would have taken, if I would have ate a gram,
You know, like
I would still be tripping as hard as I am right now.
Bug.
No.
I guarantee it.
There you are.
It's the fucking realization, dude.
How are you? Where's Brett?
That's what I
Oh,
was telling her from the very beginning. She
Realizing-
wanted to keep
Realizing
wondering how many mushrooms she ate. Like it's a waste of time.
How are you?
good. How are you?
realizing what we are,
How's sister?
what existence really is. Once you come to the realization of it, anything's possible.
Yeah.
Anything.
fireworks?
Good.
You start feeling
Yeah.
just the intensity
They had
of
like two of
this
them.
confirmation. That's
They had like two.
we can say that word a million times tonight, but it's just it's what it is.
Home.
Yeah. No, they're awesome. No, no, I have to sit next to you to see it folks. Really good. Okay, Caroline, go.
Really?
She's a teenager.
sunrise off the subject.
Spark.
That's pretty decent. Like fucking 5 hours to see it though.
Whatever it takes. I mean,
Man.
gonna happen. Fucking awesome.
I know, I'm waiting for him to drop the fucker.
Is this when you get your enjoyment, Brandy?
Well, yeah. Everybody else is the entertainment.
Not really, because that's when I have to start playing caretaker.
Right.
Like,
Well,
where's
just
he
don't
at?
run
Don't
through
fall
the
in the
fire,
fire.
it'll
Don't
be
drop your
okay.
cigarette. No, you can't lay there.
Get your
Maybe
ass back
really, you'll
outside.
suffocate.
Oh, yeah.
No, honey, you can't sleep on the stairs.
Why not?
No, honey, that's not the toilet.
More than anything.
Slinky.
God damn it, babe, that's not the toilet.
Out of the closet. That's not the bathroom.
Whose suitcases this is?
Hi, Dave. We love you. You know that. Only once or twice. And you lied to me about water, by the way. There is no water in that cooler. I mean,
No, there is. As a matter of fact,
melted ice of water, yes, but
it's cold, as a matter of fact. It's ice cold.
you know.
Technically, anything in the
Look, every
cooler
time you
is
stick your
water.
hand in there, you get water, motherfucker. There's no lie.
Who's thirsty?
Somebody
tip
hold
that
the
cooler
for
up.
that. Take that cooler and drop it on him. I'll wake him up real quick. Here's your water.
I don't remember winning a game. Motherfucker. Good to see ya. Glad you made it. I missed you the first time, apparently. By like 3 fucking minutes, liar. No, we're not coming. Bitch. Like, what do you mean she was here? I just talked to her. Who the fuck knows you?
Once this idea takes hold, bro.
See, this is one too. She was just getting off work.
It's gonna happen quicker than we think.
Winning to see Skylar for a minute.
That'll change the world, dude.
You're not doing very good by my family. Just so you know.
2 fucking brothers sitting around a goddamn fire. Figured out fucking
It doesn't matter.
what
Skylar,
the
you did
fuck we
it.
are.
You right about that.
That's all it took.
I told Skylar that too.
She makes her own
Priorities.
decisions.
The other people that we said, that's, remember that first night, I was like, it would have took 2 people to even fucking,
Yeah.
can you bounce ideas back and forth. And it brings, it paints a better picture too. And that's how I've described it to multiple people,
Just
just
more
just
comprehension.
just in general. So if you alone, you may not remember everything, but if you get 2 people that were at the same event, and then they may remember a little more than you do, or maybe a little bit different, and then by the end of it, you guys have painted a fucking picture after fucking bouncing ideas back and forth. You guys painted a picture of fucking something awesome that would have never been in existence with just one memory. It took 2. It's collective thinking. Same thing. We already know. With her fucking confirmation again tonight. That was awesome.
I'm like, alright, whatever. Well, you all these parked back here at the time by the campus.
It's fucking great.
Government? What the fuck do you need government for?
I went over the same time as
No.
She's not over there?
No, she's in the truck.
Oh, okay. I was like, we're missing
No,
something.
I took her to the truck.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
She could have laid down in the house.
She's fucking stubborn.
No, two flat tires or two vehicles, one without a fucking title.
I probably need to get a bottle of water, probably a beer or something. Or two.
Yeah, something.
You've been hanging out with Pops way too much.
Why? Does he speak
Sound
in
like
Boomhauer?
Boomhauer.
We're fluent.
I told him
Fluent
that when I
Boomhauer.
first got out here.
You just see the depth.
You got a truck and mushroom on it.
I don't need to know.
Just melt the marshmallow.
Alright, let's block her and block her.
Oh, it'll come around.
Okay, I'll connect it. Everybody is doing everything.
It does the same thing on acid too.
The longer you fucking with it,
Fuck that.
That for its acid that I stayed until I got off
Oh, yeah,
probation.
that's right.
And me and her.
I could have
and
gave you.
Chris
I could have gave you.
dosed
I could have gave you a gram. You'd be tripping just as hard.
on Suboxone?
No. But
Yeah,
you.
she's on Suboxone.
So.
And I took a little bit, but I'm
That's
just.
you ate the mushrooms, right?
Huh?
You ate the mushrooms, right?
That's a box. You don't have nothing to do with
Yeah, that's
fucking
Suboxone
mushroom
is
crap.
nothing.
Huh?
It's the realization.
It's a mind drug. It's
Like, I'm tripping pretty good.
I know you are.
Clear my brain, but
I could have gave you a. I could have gave you a gram. You'd be tripping the exact same.
It's a mind drug. It's not fucking. That's what it is. It's fucking.
it doesn't say we on the acid though.
It's fucking crazy.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Maybe it's your mind then.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's fucked up. So you think I'd be fucked up?
You're lost.
It's, I mean, that's the truth. I mean, but realizing it, realizing your mind's in a jumble, whatever it is, that you're lost. That's I mean, that's fucking. That's 100% of the
Yeah,
battle.
I'm stuck on this stuff.
That's 100% of the battle. I mean, that's not. It's 100% of it. It's the realization.
It's all about the realization.
It's fucking nuts.
They set up the sleeping bag and a fucking memory foam pillow for Deja on the floor. Cause who the fuck was I? I was setting it up for her.
It's like,
Same
you get to sleep on the floor.
exact shit
no,
on
no.
mushrooms
Sleeping in the bed with nothing.
as it
So
was
who the
on
fuck am I to
acid.
argue that?
I mean, it don't matter. The trip is the exact same.
It's a catalyst, bro.
It's fucking great.
So I hear both of them stories. It's a catalyst to help people realize, to bring people to the realization of what the fuck we are.
I go sleep on the hood of a car before I sleep on concrete.
That's still fucked up. I'm sleeping on concrete. Metal slab. Boomhauer's over here talking in tongues.
Pops go back to the house already?
No, he's sitting right there.
Just confirmation of the fucking guy.
Fucking Boomhauer talking in tongues at that.
Yep.
I'll say it out loud if I gotta get there. I was so chilling. Already. Let me get another cigarette. I was already kicked back.
I keep thinking the stars are like moving.
Alright.
Now that I think about it.
Can you see the? Look at the stars. Look at every single fucking dot. And can you see the fabric coming out of it? You can see consciousness.
Everything
That's what.
being connected. It's literal consciousness.
That's what she was saying. There was lines to it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's connectivity.
It's
Once
not cold, but
once you
I just remember that he put some in my van.
once you start talking about the connectivity and that everything's connected in some shape, form, or fashion, that
Has this was in there?
destiny, fate,
I think he put some
destiny, fate, all that shit, that everything happens for a reason, you can feel it. You can feel it intensifying as you're just talking about that.
Not for me, I need a fucking pin.
It's all you have to do is talk about it and think about it. That's what's fucking nuts, dude.
Dave, you said 39, right? I'm gonna have to sit back for you when you catch up, motherfucker.
Are you only 39?
Yes, he's only 39.
More like 49.
No. No.
Celebrates the big 4-0 next year.
That's right. It's gonna be a blowout, too.
Right. Bring out the black.
Will you please come out here?
I'm tired.
Please.
Why?
Because I'm going to show you.
I'm sleepy.
I'm going to show you.
I'm sleepy.
You have to realize it. You have to. Please.
Why?
Just come out here.
I wanna go.
Come on.
What are you gonna show me?
I'm going to show you what we are.
I'm really tired.
I know you are. But please, just come out here.
Can I just sleep?
Come on.
No, I really just want to sleep.
And fight it. Right. Fight it. Let it go. Remember what I told you earlier? Come on.
Josh,
Please,
I'm sleepy, please.
Miranda.
Why do I have to come out there?
Do you want to understand? Do you want to learn?
Do you want me to go around the fire? Is that what you want me to do?
Please.
Is that what you want me to do right now?
Yes.
No, I don't want to. I want to sleep right here. I'm tired. Please, I'm sleepy. I was almost asleep.
Remember all the shit you were saying about you wanted to learn?
Mm-hmm.
Come out here.
Josh, like, I'm literally, like, I'm tired. Like, I've been up since, like,
I understand that. I've been up just as long as you have.
You don't yell at me.
Please, I'm asking you. I'm begging you. Please come out here so I can show you.
I'm gonna fall asleep.
That's fine.
I
You
get it.
have-
I get it.
No,
I
you
was.
don't. Come out here. Come on. Please.
How can you not say I don't get it? I've been sitting here listening to you guys' conversation.
I'm begging you. Please.
Josh, I've been listening to you guys. Okay, I have. I'm just tired. That's all. I feel like I have a lot of bad.
If you don't come out
I
here.
feel like I have a lot of bad energy right now. It's just
No, if you don't come out here,
releasing.
If you don't come out here, we're done.
Why? Are you serious?
Yes.
Why?
Because you have to realize this tonight. Once you do, everything's gonna change. Please. I'm begging you. I know you are. Come on.
Why are you dragging me?
Do what? What? Guys, you have to realize this. You don't get it. Fight it.
Well, now she also made
say you want to understand. Fight it.
And she also made this birthday cake, which is like an actual cake, and it was
Here, let's hear it.
the cake was good. So like, you know what I mean? Like it was moist, it was flavorful.
You have this chairs and
No, you're alright, bro. I got another one.
So I don't know, like if maybe because we got the cake when she first opened, or what. But I did not care for the cupcakes. Now,
All she has to do.
one of the other guys that I work with,
All she has to
down
do
there,
is
bought some because
sit
he was
there and
like,
listen.
I have been. That's the thing.
I paid like
force anybody to
almost
realize
$10 for 6 fucking cupcakes. He was like, and they weren't that great. But again, they've all had my cupcakes.
Right.
So they were like, they weren't that good. And of course, it makes me feel good. But like, she had some like that. She had this strawberry, it was like a strawberry sherbet ice cream, and it was bomb. Like it was so good. But it was really heavy. It wasn't like a light, fluffy icing. It was really heavy icing, really dense icing. But it was good icing. I'd like to know how she made it. But I really tried to like figure it out.
Shaken mustard.
No. Never shaken.
It's a lot of shaking out there.
Just interest in shit, you know, and everything. It's fucking
Existence and what we are.
I still got the kid at home.
Oh no.
Sorry.
He said, who got it?
Me.
You finally realize it. Everything is connected.
I know, I'll only be
Oh.
6. I can
Run the
figure
center
it
one.
out.
Like 19 right now.
They'll only be 6. I can figure it out.
He said,
Good thing it's country most of the way home.
Yeah, there's no lines there.
Right.
You can control it.
They can say break center all they want.
Hey, you wanna help us?
yeah.
Yeah, we got.
Happy birthday.
That blanket over there?
In the tree?
Right on.
No, the one on the floor. Or, yeah, the floor.
His birthday's over.
Yeah,
We're
that,
doing
that place.
You realize it?
What with a candle?
What are you gonna do? Yes.
Y'all be safe.
Are you gonna fight it?
I will.
Or are you gonna let it go? Let it happen.
Does it have the handles? No.
That's a good
Don't
idea.
fight. Just let it go.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Hey,
There's
Gary,
no
this
option but to let it
Wrong
go.
button.
If you just
Your dick face.
A whole bag of dick things.
What?
I mean, I don't
It's
see
short
no
enough right
option.
now. I can't get
There is an option. People can fight it.
I don't know how.
Half a dozen.
How can you fight it?
Right.
Oh, we were
I hear half of
over
everything.
blanket, so we had it done.
When you get confirmation, when you
Bye,
start
y'all.
Bye,
realizing
guys.
it,
Today. Glad you got to see me.
You should
It was nice meeting everybody.
Yep.
Nice meeting you. Over here in the ground.
the connectivity,
Don't trip over the boards.
fate,
You know what?
destiny, that
I'm gonna let
everything
mine
happens
run. Which
for a
one?
reason. And I'll sit and talk about these things that I did earlier, and you'll feel it intensify again. Same shit. It's just confirmation. Whenever you start thinking of those concepts, just thinking of them, the concepts alone,
I'm sitting here beside you.
it's how accurate those thoughts are.
It's a question
Because you have
of what
people
you're
out
gonna
here.
do with
You're not
it.
supposed to leave your people.
That everything's connected. Everything. It's all trying to do the same thing. It's all trying to figure the same thing out.
You can fight it. You can get lost.
Fucked up.
Us guiding people to the realization of it.
Teachers, you know, people that really, that like genuinely are wanting to help. Just like she was saying, they're not doing it for the money. They're doing it. They just want to help. They're there. People are naturally attracted to it. It's nothing they're selling. They're not selling themselves on it. It's something
It's
real.
the fucking idea.
Yeah, it's something real. It's not fucking. You know what I mean?
It's not psychedelics. It's not tripping. It's none of that. The idea behind it.
I got my good chip on. Hey, oh, Kevin and Joshua, their minds, they work like crazy.
Once you realize that you're literally a god,
that you can control everything, it all starts with you. No one else, you. Once you realize it,
I do realize it. I do realize it. I don't realize anything. God damn it, man. Is there 15 conversations going on? 'Cause I know.
I finally realized that I don't realize nothing.
Fucking life's too
At least I realized something. God damn it.
Does everybody feel that way? One to the left and to the right is too much.
That can control you. Don't let anybody else take it away. Need anybody. You are your own person. You are a god. Literally.
You're trying too much with it, John.
I'm not.
You are. You just gotta let it happen, dude. It's gonna happen. The realization's gonna come. But for her, it's something different. I don't know. You know? She's fighting it. That's what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
That's what it is. But there's a kink somewhere.
Just let it go.
There's a kink somewhere in there, and it's you're not gonna be able to force it out because then it's gonna get tighter and tighter. You know what I mean?
It's true. That's what. I understand that. That's why I quit talking about it to you. That's why I quit doing anything. There was no point in talking. I can't force it on you. You have to come to a realization yourself, Miranda. That's what I've been trying to tell you. But once you realize it,
I would have said, I do realize.
I do realize it.
I finally realized.
I don't know. They realized they were probably tired.
Me too.
Or they probably realized they're fucking tripping way harder than they thought they were when they were sitting around the fire. What's her name is fucking definitely was out of her mind when she left here.
Melissa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. They're gonna call me in the morning.
She said she was 100%. She put her career on it.
She said you can't get in trouble.
I don't know what she's even talking about with that.
No. That's why I was like,
She don't even know what she was talking about.
So I fucking took off, dude.
Yeah, you sure can't get in trouble. I mean, nothing can happen at this point. There's no way I'd get in trouble. She's funny, dude. I am out of here. There's no way I get in trouble. Fucking funny. I mean, if we could sit back and just think about it for like maybe 1 second, I could think of a couple of reasons you would possibly get in trouble. It would take about 2 seconds of thought.
Pretty sure they were both drinking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How did you put them
They were
in?
all drinking.
You'd have to stop and think about those possible options.
So you had
That
to
was
flip
the
it,
problem.
blow it out.
They'll be alright. They'll call me in the morning.
Oh, it's already done now. Whatever it is, whatever happened.
They'll call me. Guarantee that.
Fucking hate.
Just like everybody else does. People call me for guidance.
Oh, that was falling out over there. Make
So
sure it
close to
wasn't.
fire. You just always on there. Why am I so close?
He said they do it every day with her.
Because I was cold. You sat in the chair I was sitting in.
Every day, people just out of nowhere don't even know them.
It's not pushing.
don't even know that he did. He ain't serious. I need a fucking chair. Oh shit. That's exactly the only thing that needs to happen. Just a little adjustment.
That's cool.
Just a little adjustment.
The chair's wet. No, he's fine. Where are you going?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
I got a flashlight in my pocket. I had a flashlight in my pocket all night. How's that? I'm having it all night. I forgot about it. By all the ancient cultures and shit, they all fucking worship fire.
Damn it.
Me and this fire are about to have a problem.
Yeah, it's not gonna go out.
Me and this fire are about to have a word. Are you gonna help me? Alright. That's it. My fucking leg! I've had it with you, fire!
Oh shit, that's hot.
Fucking wood everywhere.
Hey,
look, man, I don't know. But that motherfucking piece of wood's talking back. I just tell you.
What the fuck?
Oh shit.
Pop's going to go to bed?
Huh?
Pop's going to go to bed?
I checked on him earlier.
I need to come like pull this one up a little bit.
I checked on him earlier.
Where's he at?
He was in the house.
Okay.
I was gonna try
Well,
and
fuck, I
walk
come
around.
upstairs, the door's locked. I'm like,
Trying to walk around.
I'm locked in. What the hell's going on here?
I may eat some.
He's laying in the bed right now.
He's like, I'm trying to play with mom.
Not
I said,
too
"Bitch, I'm
beautiful
out the
for
door."
my side.
No, I said, what the fuck is that? He said, I'm trying to play with mom. I was like, bitch, I'm at the door. He said, I'll be out in 2 seconds.
Let me just slap this on her face.
Pops, I'm tripping my balls for you.
Watching the fucking arms on Betty Boop go around the clock.
Mad. Just playing. Tell me what you
That
think.
was awesome.
Beautiful.
That's all I want.
Got a chainsaw. We need to drop this tree right here. It's a fire.
Let's not.
I'm just kidding. I'm fucking-
Yo, right now.
Where's it at?
You're
You in it?
part of this, Miranda.
I don't know, Josh.
Helping guide humanity.
You know something else I've always fucking found kind of fascinating with hallucinogens and shit too? Is that there's a, well, I mean, there's connectivity.
I mean, you would be right now.
Especially when you start thinking about art, language, and shit like that that communicates the message. It's fucking,
Don't just
Too
come
late
back
now.
out.
you know,
It's too late
those,
now.
What do you mean? It's still
Yeah,
it's still daylight out. You see this shit?
as I talk about that, you can feel it. You can start seeing the fabric.
Even got me
I just
out.
wanted to come out
I
and
was
be
sitting there in my
entertained.
recliner, bro. I had the fucking music on.
On your phone.
No, I was just sitting there just jamming, laying there in the recliner. She
We
woke
were
me up. I was like,
meant
what?
As soon as I hit the door,
for
I heard the
this.
music
We were
just blare,
born
and I said,
for
oh,
this.
Lord, he's in that fucking Nirvana.
Not
This
just
morning
me,
or
No,
you.
just now. Like,
Motherfucker, you for
he
real?
went in there, and everybody's like, where's
Okay.
Odom going? I was like, good question. So
Yeah.
I went in
There's
there,
no
and he's
denying
kicked
it.
back
Art
his
in the
recliner,
recliner,
cranking the
bro.
music. I
This is
said,
what
no,
we
no,
were
no, no,
fucking
no, your
meant
friends want to know
for.
where you're at. Let's go.
music. I was just talking to us. She was also
Look at him.
completely sober, but music is a universal language. I don't give a fuck where you're at, what language you speak. I can be whatever country. If it's good music, good rhythm, whatever, you're happy. Music makes people happy. for whatever reason, or sad,
Yeah.
whatever it is, but it's able to control their emotions.
Right.
And you see people in China that don't know a fucking single
Yeah.
fucking word of the
Well, yeah,
music
you're gonna have
playing.
to make it to at
They're
least 40
fucking
motherfuckers.
dancing and they're happy.
I made it. Goddamn it.
You better make it farther than that,
Well, I
goddammit.
said at least. We gotta get the 4-0. We start over at zeros, right?
Everything is connected.
I would like to grow up with this man.
Well, I hope
I know
so.
you do.
I would fucking hope so. We made it this far.
Right?
Shit.
Just
I
happy-
deserve it, damn it.
You earned it.
Happy you got out of the
Earned
Fuck
this
you want
shit.
you want my wallet?
You wouldn't realize
I have fucking earned this. I have the badge.
I'm just gonna ask for my ID back, maybe my bank card.
I'm the exact
Someday there'll be money in it
opposite.
again. You have everything else.
I'm glad
I've earned it. I get the next fucking
that you
20 years
fought
of
it
your
and you
life.
got out of that
Mail
truck.
me my picture back later.
I need at least
Trying
20
to
more
figure
years.
out fucking
Hell yeah.
the next 15 minutes.
I need
Come
at
on.
least 20 more years.
First, I need to get a beer.
It's really no 15 minutes in my future.
Can't get that.
I'm listening to everything.
No, you are. You can't
There's
get
so
that.
many conversations and fires starting.
The only thing I do
I
know
know
for
you
sure, 100%, Josh will attest to that too. I know for sure, 100%, no doubt about it. that she's got it figured out, bro. She does. She's got it figured out. I don't, it's fucking 100%.
Them two dudes are brave.
100% fucking not a doubt about it.
You make my gears start turning, I can't stop that.
Those are just your ears.
I know. I've been all that and enjoy it, dude. God damn, I sunk my brains with that shit in joint juice. Shit for years. I can't hear this.
Told you he was gonna learn some shit tonight.
He learned how much he really loves me.
No.
That might be true.
That's got nothing to do with it.
You're supposed to say, I already know how much I love you. That was the correct answer, baby.
It's the whipped icing, bro. Don't even worry about it.
Icing in the whip, too.
I don't know about icing, but
Everybody's
we can have
fucking
whipped cream in the
walked
fridge.
away
It's real light.
with something.
With something, well, hopefully.
Everybody picks something up.
Oh yeah, something for sure.
They'll be back.
It's a conversation that they would have never had.
You know, they'll be back. It's a spark, an idea.
A bad turnout, regardless.
Saturday from 3 to 7. I was like, oh, you gonna make some burgers? She showed up with burgers. Just been chilling ever since.
Sitting and being able to talk about whatever
All day.
the
dude.
problems, the conversations that are hard to talk about with people and shit.
Josh
It's,
came
most
out
of it.
the room.
it makes it easy.
You and no girls, cool.
It makes it simple to talk
You
about
especially.
those things. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah. It's, yeah, that's what it is. It's entertaining.
It's all good.
Yeah,
You're alright. I don't say the money right now, dude.
I hope so. I try to bring my other personalities around.
It is what it is, bro. You're alright.
Alright.
I was
trying
waiting
not
to
to-
say
I was
that.
trying
I
not to put no
wasn't supposed to
tails.
tell you, but
Hey, you know what he told me?
It should all be the
He
opposite.
tells me, like,
It should all be the opposite.
for real, I thought he was just joking about the voices and the personalities and blah blah blah. Who the fuck do you think I talk to all the time? Are you serious? The fuck goes on for 30 years.
He said earlier, he said, oh shit, shit's about to get deep tonight. We started that all fucking 15 minutes into it. Motherfuckers ain't even started tripping yet. We're all fucking some deep
This
shit.
fucker here, dude, I say what, I've been,
But that-
I've been fucking with this dude since, goddamn Bay Hitting or
You realize it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's it, bro.
Now it's up to you. What are you gonna do?
Bedpost.
So
fucking,
glad.
you know, hey, just leave that shit
Don't
there.
do
You
that.
just want to go to waste.
That was fucking.
Those two fucks.
Guide people.
That's
help
15
them.
years ago,
I
motherfucker.
don't give a fuck how long it is.
What you've been doing your whole life.
Pull the ball off that. What do you mean? What? It's still attached, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's, I haven't said that.
I know it's hard.
I don't remember whose house we ended up at. Their dog kept sniffing my
I know,
pockets. I said, what the fuck is going on
The
here?
world sucks.
You cops.
But you could change it.
One bedroom efficiency back in, like 04.
You, one
Who
person.
trained this dog anyway? Get the fuck out of here.
She,
Your
you know,
little
she
dog. That was
she
your
said
dog.
earlier too. Fucking,
That was your
she was
little white
talking
dog.
about. She was talking about
My damn
the organization in general. You know, you've had a lot of bad
And then when I
experiences.
took her to dad's house, she the bitch just disappeared.
And this gives you hope. I
Gone.
mean, it gives you hope at least
Motherfucker's name.
that what
Stony.
the cause is real.
Meat,
It's
meat,
it's called
nigger
a cause.
bitch. Yep.
Stony nigger bitch. I don't give a
Right.
fuck. Yeah, Stony.
It's a real cause. It's fucking.
Well, I mean, like, everybody sees it as a prison gang.
Right.
So, to get away from that mentality, you know what I mean? Like, to get away from that mentality, you've got to have this kind of people
Right.
Frame off the house.
to, you know what I mean?
Right. And that's what we.
To change that
To-
mentality.
to
and
lead.
change
She was a motherfucker.
You have to have
to
people
be
to
what y'all
lead.
want to be.
Right. And that's what we're. That's what me and him are. Like, that's what we're fucking trying to do.
Right.
That's,
But you got the ones that are the kind of bad apples that are going to continue.
that's fine.
And you know how it is. Like, so like one of the things that we teach in our leadership classes is like
You're gonna hear a plate hit the floor.
people notice your mistakes more than they notice your good. Okay, so one of the things that I lead into this with is I take a plain piece of paper and I'll stick like
It's
just
so
a little black
simple.
dot in the center of that paper, and I'll hold it up in front of class and I'll say, "What do you see?"
That's what I've been trying
And
to
they're
tell
like,
you.
"Black dot on a piece of paper, black dot on a piece of paper."
It's so
Everybody,
simple.
Everybody
in
sees
whole
the
class
same thing.
That's the
says
beauty
black
of
dot on a
it.
piece of paper. I said,
It's
so
up to you,
I have this
Miranda.
piece of paper and there's
What
one
are
little
you gonna
blemish
do?
on this beautiful, clean piece of paper, and all you notice is the blemish.
right.
It's your
What does
life.
that tell you? That we
Are you gonna waste
the
it?
bad more than we notice the good, right?
Or are you gonna make a
So
difference?
then you lead into with your employees, right? You need
You're gonna
to
And at
Fight
least
it.
it's a seed that gets them thinking.
you need to address the good
Guide
more so
people.
than the bad.
I asked her
So,
today, bro. I
and
asked her, I
one of the
said,
quotes
No, you
that
see it
we
right
use
No, no,
is,
I don't give a fuck.
when somebody makes a mistake, remember all the good they done prior to that
There's
mistake.
no denying. You can't fight it.
Because most people won't.
Without waiting.
That one mistake
She
will
is.
knock you down
She is.
levels of stairs. So that one
I listened to it.
bad apple, like
Well,
y'all are
everything else
trying
we
to
talked
make this
about, I
great
love that business
organization,
step.
Right.
But I'll pay you the rent. That's
but
all
you
it
got
does.
that one bad apple that shows
Fucking
up,
leader.
fucked up out of their gourd, and they're like, oh, it's just a
Everything
fucking
else,
prison game.
And that's all. That's all it
I feel like you
takes.
wish it.
That's why that relay,
Like you-
Fucking person.
at that relay of life, relay for life, the American Cancer
That's all I
Society
can
thing.
do.
I told Big Ant, I said that's something that before we go in there, Strider and him
Black
and
mine
me
one time.
were the only ones. I told him, I said, this is like a fucking
All that
serious,
stuff.
mandatory. There's no fucking,
That you
no,
thought?
like, absolutely, you know, I mean, there's no
you can't
fucking,
fight it, man.
it's strict.
Quit
And I
trying
said,
to.
nobody can be drunk, high,
Help
anything.
people.
They have to be
It
fucking.
makes an impression, like it truly does,
Yeah.
and it can change.
yeah, well, that,
You know, like what that cop told Big
There's
Ant.
no
He was like, you
denying
know, when people came and complained when they found out, because most
what
people,
we were
when y'all first
fucking
got
meant
there,
to
it's like I
do.
talked to some of the people at the other booth.
Right,
Most of them thought that y'all were a tattoo parlor.
right.
They were like, oh, here's all this group of guys all
Right.
fucking tatted up, like, oh, it's a tattoo
And they would
shop.
never think,
Has a team.
they would never think
For
in a
a
million
fucking
years.
reason.
Right.
the end of the drink.
But
I wish
then
I
when
was
they
like-
came by your booth and they seen Saxton Knights, they were
You will
like,
be.
oh, it's a fucking prison game.
Right,
It's
So
up
they
to the
went and
people.
complained.
right.
And that cop said, you know, all I see is a bunch of guys out here
You can be
trying to do
10
good,
times
raising
the
money
woman
for
she
a
is.
cause,
Right.
leave them the fuck alone.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that was cool.
And
You
there
know,
was,
that was cool.
and there was
But
a
all it would have
bunch.
took were those few guys that showed up
Yeah.
looking like they were
Oh, yeah.
all fucked up to
Oh, yeah,
stay
absolutely.
a little bit longer,
Yeah, absolutely,
and it would have changed the perspective of everybody else.
absolutely, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it definitely takes that to change the perspective.
Yeah.
And it takes y'all standing up and saying, hey, look, I know you're a brother,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
if
that
you're going to
that.
show up like that, don't.
Yeah, that was something that's absolutely going to be enforced. That there was absolutely no fucking
feel like you
exception
wish that
whatsoever. If they were drunk, high, anything, they were fucking leaving.
I wish
And that was
for you to be
because that fucking
whatever you
event
want
was
to be.
for that fucking
Those are
purpose.
good things, and that's good exposure.
But, like, when
I've
they-
done
like-
Relay for Life for 13 fucking years.
And we're doing, and we're fucking doing a, we're already fighting a fucking uphill battle with just the,
Like, can
you
you
know what I mean, just
honestly sit
how
here and say that, like,
it's a prison organization.
you
You know what I
are
mean? So
with
we're already
an
fighting an
incredible
uphill
human
battle.
being?
There's no reason to
Yes.
add any kind of other fucking
Fuck
reasons
yes.
for, you know what I mean, for people
You're
to
a
think
fucking
negative about it.
amazing
Something else
fucking
that y'all
human
can do.
being.
So one of the things that I do at my company, 'cause
You
I'm
know
security
it.
seat at my company, and of course we moved away from the relay because our Wabash County
Everything you
relay
fucking
was a
been
joke,
through in
so
your
we moved
life.
away from it. And I went to the Jeff Gordon Children's Foundation.
The sky's down
So
south and
it's,
the sky's here.
an organization to raise money for childhood cancer.
But you are.
So it's still cancer, but it focuses
up
on
to you.
pediatric cancer.
You control
so it's
those
all about
feelings.
kids. And there's two different things that
What are
they
you
do.
gonna do with it?
One of them is called the Kick It event. And
Everybody
you
is
can
lost.
do, so you
I
fundraise
really have to pee.
all year long, and then you set a date for a certain
do know
event.
that.
So when I first started, the guy I was telling you about
Everybody
earlier,
is
whose daughter
lost.
died, was a friend of my family.
Yeah.
That's what
So
we're
when
meant
she was
to
4,
do is
they
to
found
guide
she
them,
had a rare kind of brain cancer.
to help
And
them.
they basically told him and his ex-wife to start planning for the funeral
Right.
because she wasn't going to make it to see Cindy.
You're not lost anymore.
She died at
You
12.
know, you realize it.
She made it
But the
that
fact that,
long.
like, I
Yeah.
didn't realize,
So
like,
they
Twice
started
now.
with right. So they started with the Jeff Gordon Children's Foundation 2 years before she died, and they did, and it was called Kick It for
No.
Carson. And they did a
Nobody
kickball.
realizes it.
And so all
Until
the
it
teams would sign
brought
up,
to your
and you would
attention.
fundraise up till the event.
Why do
and
you
the day of
think
the event, your team would come and everybody competed in a kickball game, and then you would get like first, second place trophies and that kind of stuff, right? Super fun
Exactly.
event.
but, like,
So
my problem is that
I
sometimes
switched to
I
it.
feel like
So for 2 years, we did that. Well, then the
You
third year we
control
were
it.
doing it, there was a bunch of drama with one of the
You.
guys who was kind of from the foundation, who was
No,
kind of
we're not.
helping
I really
them.
think it boils down to, like, me being,
Some
like, a
drama with
shitty
the
human
mom
being.
and him,
That's
so
not-
they kicked him
that's
off of
not-
it, canceled the event.
Like,
So
you see what I'm
last year
saying?
we didn't have
I
that
see
event.
what you're saying,
And then
but you're lost.
this year I was like, okay, like
You're
are y'all
lost in
gonna
your
do
own
this? Are we getting back
subconscious.
into this? Like what's going on? And nothing. So I went on and made my own team. But so you can
Just
do
think
any sport. It doesn't have to be a kickball event. It can
positive.
be anything. We're gonna do a cornhole tournament this year.
Think that
So
you can
you
change.
just
my life
you
is just
fundraise
being
all through the year, and then you have an event at the end of it that's like your big event.
I think you think
And
positive
then
if you've just
it
been
could be
surrounded
free,
by
it
it,
could
but
be charged for whatever to
Right.
raise money.
like it
What's-
just it gets
One of the other things that they
What is
do that
negative
they started
about-
last year
it just
was this little girl named Alex who had cancer
same time.
decided to do a lemonade stand
know it
through the
does.
summer to try to help raise money to help her parents pay for her medication.
Can't give up.
So she raised all this money, and then she
You can't.
got into remission and everything and continued on. So it's called the Alex's Lemonade
Yeah.
Stand
It
for
sucks
childhood cancer
sometimes.
awareness. So one of the other things that we're now doing is a
But
lemonade
you
stand
have to keep fighting.
to raise money for childhood cancer. And it's all on the same website.
Don't.
And one of the things that I love about it is
Fucking
that
don't. I'm not
it's kind
gonna
of
let
like
you.
any other website where you purchase something.
Do you
So
feel
if
like I'm
anybody
doing
wants to donate, they can literally go
I'm
right
not
on the
gonna let you,
website, type
though.
in how much money they want to donate,
Look at that fire.
put in their PayPal account or their credit
Right.
card
See that?
account or
That's
whatever,
you
and donate
realizing.
the money.
Right.
It doesn't have to be like, oh, I got to give you cash out of my pocket, or
Right.
oh, whatever. Like you can go straight on there. They'll send you
All
a
you have to do
receipt.
is not give
Right.
up.
See that?
So it's like this legit
Fight it.
found it. You know exactly where your money's going.
Right.
And you can even
Fight it.
choose if there's a specific kind of cancer that you want this to go towards. You can even choose that.
See,
You
that's
can
we
do-
talked. We just had a follow-up meeting with those people
Yes.
for the American Cancer
Absolutely.
Society people, and that was one of the things we actually talked about was being able to donate the money to a specific cancer. And they
Yes.
said it's
So yeah,
There's
with
no
Relay for Life,
question.
you
Right.
don't.
right,
Relay for Life was one of the things I didn't like about them.
right,
With Relay for Life, the money
No other
goes
questions.
to the American Cancer
Yes.
Society,
You were
and
meant
they
to
divvy
do
it
that.
up
Right.
how
I
they
just feel
see
like I'm
fit.
so
Right.
shitty and you're just
And if
They
you
say
look
they
at-
just go toward the the most likely, like most successful research of whatever
Yeah,
it is.
most of
Only
the
you
time
can-
their
I don't
money
know, I
goes
just
to
feel like
the
you
most
do
popular
Like, you
moneymaker
were
cancer,
such a-
like
Yeah.
breast cancer awareness
So are you.
or whatever.
Which is
So are you. You know the fuck you are.
If you
Quit
If
trying to
you-
fight it.
go in and look
Accept
at their
it.
statistics and
Let it
stuff,
go.
childhood cancer is
Look at
very low on that.
Let it go.
Spectrum, which is another reason why I switched to childhood cancer. Because like kids need people to fight for them. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you've ever gone and visited these hospitals,
Like, I feel like I can
which
barely hold my
is something that if y'all are really serious about doing stuff, do a stuffed animal drive and go visit a hospital with these kids and walk in and talk to them and give them stuffed animals and see these kids. One, it'll break your fucking heart, but two, it'll show you the difference between an adult fighting for cancer because most of them are bitter, they're pissed off at the world. You go see a kid with cancer, dude, they will show you what life's about.
Right.
Man, they are fighters.
Right.
I'm telling you what, like, you want to humble yourself, you go see a kid fighting for their life for cancer. You know, I mean, my God. It'll definitely break your heart though, that's for sure. But that's something else that y'all could get into.
Maybe this is like
we're doing
I've realized
this
a long
Friday,
time ago.
July 5th. We have First Friday events here in Wabash. And we're doing a lemonade stand, so I'm gonna have
Like, I
kids
feel like
there.
I've known all this.
So
I
a few
don't
of
really
the
know all
people
this
that I
my
work
entire
with,
life.
their kids are gonna come down
I'm
and they're gonna sell like
scared.
lemonade.
Right.
And then we, the adults, are selling lemon shake-ups.
Why
So
be
we're
scared?
doing like
Let it happen.
a lemonade stand with lemon shake-ups too.
It's
And
gonna
we're
happen
gonna be down
anyways.
there at the First Friday
Let it
event,
happen.
doing this.
Yeah,
So,
see, we talked to him about relationships with some of the hospitals and shit too, in the area. And they wrote, you know, they acted like that was they had talked about it and they had some form of relationship between them, but they said that the hospitals do their own. They kind of do their own thing, you know what I mean, outside of the American Cancer Society. But that's what we've said. You know, you're all fighting. You're all fucking raising money for the same shit. You're all fighting for the same shit.
Yeah.
So
The- I mean, the Relay for Life is a good thing. Like, I do like it.
right.
But so much of it is like
Do you
political
think I'm even like half?
because it's like so big.
Right.
And there's so many like rules for this and rules for that, and you don't know where the money goes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you don't.
Right.
And so when you break it down, though, when you go to a specific, like, we are probably going to rejoin the Relay for Life because, like, I did the Huntington Relay for Life right after I did y'all's. I did it with a girl he works with, and they're just kind of small. We have a lot of employees that live in Huntington, so I will probably start up people with their team, join their team, and start helping with Relay for Life again in Huntington because I truly I love the Relay for Life and what it's about, and you know, having somebody on. You're supposed to have somebody on the track at all times.
Right, and that's
It's a
what we
12-hour
talked about.
event. You're
We just
supposed to
talked
have
about
people
that
sign
too.
up, and somebody is supposed to be on the track at all times.
Right.
So you sign up, like we would sign up in half-hour increments.
Right.
So every half hour, usually somebody new is on the track. So it's like tag, you're it.
And that's what I told them too. I was like,
shouldn't
you
be
know,
lost,
and we
but
try to
being a
make a
good
point.
person.
I did try to announce it every now and then. We did it of showing unity and fucking walking, you know, doing a group fucking walk around the track.
Right.
And they even said, they're like, we noticed that.
Yeah.
We noticed that with you guys, and that's something that I liked a lot with you
Yeah,
guys.
and that's awesome. But like most teams, like when I went to this Relay for Life with his thing, they'd been doing it for like Karen's been doing it for like 10, 15 years or more, and she never knew that you're supposed to have somebody on the track the entire time.
Right.
Like they don't go, and that's the whole point of it, because the whole thing, it's supposed to be a 24-hour event. And the rules are, like, cancer never sleeps, so neither should we. So for 24 hours, you're supposed to walk in the shoes of a cancer patient. Rain, snow, shine, whatever.
Sense now. See, that's
That's the point of Relay for Life. That's why you walk, okay? Because you're supposed to take some steps in the shoes of somebody with cancer.
Right.
It's supposed to kick off with the survivor walk,
Right.
because they're supposed to start it, and then everybody else takes
Yeah,
up
it makes a lot more
and
sense.
walks
Yeah,
for them.
it makes fucking 100%
Right.
sense now.
The thing with a relay, though, is that you, like I said, you can't choose where your money goes. So if you go to a smaller, like a specific cancer, and go with that foundation, you can kind of choose more. Like with the Jeff Gordon Children's Foundation, it's all childhood cancer awareness, and you
Right.
can choose what type of childhood cancer you want that research money to go
Right,
to.
and that's pretty much what they said is the challenge with them is that that's how it is. It's broke up into individual
Yeah,
cancers.
it's so political with them. Don't get me wrong, great organization. I do love it.
No,
But it's so political now. I think they've just gotten so big.
Right.
That it's just so political.
Right.
It's yeah.
And that's going to cause them to just
And they
lose
and they
it.
do kickbacks.
Oh, yeah?
They do kickbacks. So like
Fucking,
when you go to like to the meetings, because
Let it
usually
go.
they'll have a meeting.
All
And the
those
team
emotions,
captain, like
all
a
the
monthly meeting, and the
jealousy,
team
just
captain's supposed to go to
fucking
these
let
monthly
it
meetings,
go.
okay? Because they tell you like,
Quit fighting.
okay, this is our theme for the year. This is what our booths are doing. People sign up to tell them so that you try not to have two groups doing the same shit, like that
I'm
kind
looking
of
to get
stuff.
that fucking car.
And then everybody raises money for it. You have your big event.
Yeah, I can't say that.
Well, it's like for every $100
You don't.
It's okay.
your team raises, you get a free T-shirt. So like the Relay for Life T-shirts, and then like the team captains, your two team captains get a team captain T-shirt,
Right.
which is like usually they have a color, a specific color every year. Like I have red, orange, and green, I think.
Right.
And then the regular Relay for Life shirts are usually white, and then the Survivor shirts are purple.
Purple, right.
Right. So, and then if you raise so much other money, then you get a free sign in front of your tent that says, you know,
I'm here to help you.
Saxon Knights
Right,
raised, you know, gold level or silver
Right.
level or whatever.
got
So you get kickbacks. You get
Right.
free out if you sponsor, you get your
Right.
name on the back of the T-shirt.
Some kind of incentive.
Right. So there's
some form of-
kickbacks.
Right.
So with a lot of companies, like my company, we have a foundation, a charity foundation. And if they will, like when I do the Kick It for the Jeff Gordon Children's Foundation, I apply to the foundation and I say, okay, will y'all donate $5,000 to this charity?
Right.
Because we get zero kickbacks. There's no free T-shirts. There's no free advertising. It's all goodwill, like charity is supposed to be.
Right.
Right? You're not
Right.
supposed to do it for a kickback.
Right.
You're supposed to do it
Yeah,
because
there should be no,
giving,
there should
right?
be, yeah, there's,
So our foundation will sponsor and give to Jeff Warren Children's Foundation,
Right.
but they will not give to the Relay for Life. My company will sponsor,
okay.
but my Thermofibers, like our company, and then Owens Corning owns us.
Right.
So like our
the exact
foundation
opposite
will not sponsor the Relay for Life, but they will
Right.
sponsor the Children's Foundation.
Yeah, when you start contradicting the cause, fucking by
Right.
by adding incentives and all that other bullshit in it, then yeah.
Right. So I try to do that. Plus, it's for the kids, and anytime you're fighting for kids, it's a good thing.
Right.
Why not you?
So, but that's something that like y'all could start like in your town or whatever. Because as a charity, if you're raising money for a non-for-profit organization, a licensed non-for-profit organization, and you're selling
You can't get
drink or food or anything, you do not have to have a food permit.
Right.
Like anybody else, you have to have a permit.
See, just individually, individually we want to do this shit like that in our community too, but it's a lot easier to do it as a if you have a group
It
to
is.
do it behind. You know, it's harder to do it just starting off from nothing. You know what I mean? If you have some kind of base, it's a little bit easier to do it.
Well, and like
But-
something that y'all can do is like say, so like what town are you in? Are you in Lafayette?
Lafayette, yeah.
Okay, so like you're in Lafayette. So like I'm sure that there are different things that they have. Like we have a Founders Day parade and we have First Friday. A lot of towns have First Fridays. They're usually in your downtown area. They focus on bringing people downtown, right? There's so many different events that they have. You have your fairs, your county 4-H fairs, whatever, okay? All you need is 4 or 5 guys, girls, girlfriends, or wives, moms, whatever. Like literally, I have 3 adults and 3 kids coming down to help with this booth. It's a 4-hour event. My sister and I and Jimmy King, one of the guys I work with, he's bringing his kids down, so he'll be helping his kids sell lemonade. And then one of his kids' friends. So those are the 3 kids, and then me and my sister and him. My sister and I will be doing lemon shake-ups. He'll be helping the kids sell lemonade. Our booth is going to be a table with the lemonade stand, the lemon shake-up stuff, and then I printed off stories and pictures of kids from the website. They're storing their kids up,
Right.
and I'm laminating them and putting them along our tent for people to read.
That's awesome, yeah.
So, like it's
Yeah, that's gonna, I mean,
6 freaking people.
yeah.
You know what I mean? All you're doing is having a little booth
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be. It's something small that y'all can do on the basis,
Right.
and you can say you can put it out on your page or whatever, and
Right.
say, hey, we're doing this event. Anybody that wants to come, get a hold of me.
Right. At least there's some kind of, at least there's some kind of something out there
Right.
too. You know what I mean?
And when y'all are, when you got, I mean, look at
so much better.
on Facebook. I see a lot. There's this biker gang
what time
that
it is.
stands up for abused
What
kids.
time is it?
Yeah.
And like they are advocates of the courts, and when these kids are like abused, like they will come transport them to court and sit in court with them when they have to face abuse
Oh, shit.
and stuff
Here we
like
go
that.
again.
And it's like this big thing, and they're like, you see these big burly biker guys coming,
Right.
and you think, oh, and then
We're
no
gonna
one's
have
gonna
to
mess
stay
with them
here
with
till
these
morning
kids.
now.
And
Yeah,
offense,
there was
it
actually
makes
a.
the kids feel safe. And,
Yeah, I actually
Oh,
said
yeah.
something. That was the same time we was organizing this shit. There was a bunch of bikers outside of Walmart. Fucking.
Sleep in the truck.
That's what they were doing. It was a specific kid, and I went over there and asked them, what's going on? What was it for? And they explained it was some kid. I can't remember what it was. Honestly, I think a heart transplant they were trying to raise money for.
yeah.
But I was like, awesome, that's fucking great. Fucking.
And yeah, like,
But a lot of people like probably didn't want to approach their little booth because that's all it was a bunch of fucking.
like, you guys get the sign. So, like, when you sign up online and create your team, they'll send you like a starter kit. So
Right.
you get like a banner that says like Alex's Lemonade Stand
Right.
or Childhood Cancer Foundation. You know what I mean?
See,
And
that's
then-
what we talked. Well, that's what we mentioned to them because that was one thing I did like because they actually, if we had any questions, they got right back with us and let us know. But we fucking, we offered up just an idea that in the future, any new teams, basically to have a little more involvement as far as them reaching out and being like, hey, what can we do?
Right.
What can we do for you? You know what I mean? How can we help?
Yeah.
Make the transition a little bit easier because that makes people's participation. It makes it more welcoming and shit to new people coming in. So
Yeah, it's tough when you just, especially when the first, like, I got lucky because, like, I was on the team for, like, 3 years before I took it over. So, like, I was helping on the team because, like, my kids were in baseball, so I couldn't always be there right at the start.
Right.
So we would get there at, like, 6, 7 o'clock at night, and then my sister and I were the ones who walked.
You got blankets on
through
your
the
couch,
night.
Odom?
What do you want?
Blankets, maybe? She wants to go to sleep.
I'm really tired.
Yeah, I don't blame you, honey.
you're that tired?
Oh yeah, I've been up since like fucking 5 o'clock.
You got up the same time I
I'd
did.
go lay. If it was me, I'd go lay right now by the grass and fucking go to
You
sleep.
got up the same time I did.
Are you going in the house, honey, or are you?
I'll be in there later.
I don't know.
I just talking Miranda.
Wearing his hat. Wearing his hat. That's fucked up.
In the living room.
I need another fucking beer or something.
I
dude.
needed some water.
Love seat and the couch all have recliners.
Where's that
Like,
cooler at?
Full beer that I set down.
you
So
can lay in the recliner.
Where's that cooler at? Just fucking
There's
tip it
blankets
back.
in every single one of them.
All kinds of beers over here beside me turned over.
If you're wanting to lay in your truck or whatever, like,
that's what I'm about to look for. Some beers.
See?
or the camper.
I don't care whose they are.
So like really whatever y'all want to do, but if you want to go in the house,
I'm
there's
not going to
blankets.
sleep.
There's blankets
She wants to
on
go to sleep.
every
Beer
in
turned
there,
over.
and the
Somebody's
levers
phone.
are on the
Probably somebody's
outside
phone
of it, so
ring.
like if you don't use any of the blankets.
Whose phone is this?
It's probably Miranda's.
If you just want a blanket, get
Awesome.
right here, like I got one right
Yeah, last time
Oh, it's
there
like
was
got beer spilled on it.
last time there was a crisis. over
Yeah, there's
Found it.
beer spilled on that.
Who cares? Yeah, there's fucking beer on it.
It's over. It's done.
What are you doing?
What is?
It's fucking not even pointless to even worry about.
What are you talking about?
Gatorade. Whatever.
Hey, that's
thirsty
mine.
as fuck.
That's
All
mine.
night.
I need to get some of that. 'cause
I'm
it's
about
mine.
to drink some of this first. I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
Come on, that's mine,
My
dude.
phone.
You just found my Gatorade.
I found a fucking half full beer. I'm gonna drink it.
Yeah,
I don't know whose it is.
I've been thirsty all night.
Oh,
Just laying right there.
Probably one of the others sat
Yeah,
down.
I've been carrying
Where'd it
that
go? I'll
around
just
all
act like I
night.
drank that. I'll take that water now.
Yeah.
Let me get
Well,
some
there's
of
like
that Gatorade, Josh.
Earth. Take that. Take. You need it more than me.
Hold on, goddamn.
You get a drink of that.
Okay, Jesus Christ. I just found it. You didn't even know it was there.
Fucking
Yes, I
dying
did.
of
I knew it was
dehydration
somewhere.
every day, and then fucking people pouring bottles of water out.
Piss in him and send him Utopia. You alright? Little fly gathered bastards anyway.
He would go piss so bad.
I don't know what the fuck. Are you gonna go sleep?
Oh, you wanna go here?
What?
You go with me?
I'm not gonna go to sleep. Yeah, I'll take. No. I'll try to pee real quick.
Okay.
Alright. Oh. I had this fucking flashlight in my pocket all night.
I've been dying to play with it.
Josh, you wanna see what I got in this pocket?
Careful where you shine it. You might
This is
see
the same
something you don't
fucking
want to
engine in my
see.
pocket, motherfucker.
I think it was like Saudi Arabia or somewhere over there in that area, but Nestle started capitalizing on them because I guess it's about like a week's fucking, maybe a month
Right.
of household income it costs to fucking buy a case of water. Yeah. So they said the only time they drink clean water is like if the kids are sick or something, and that's like they save it for shit like that. You know what I mean?
That's insane.
But these big Nestle and Pepsi and all these fucking people that bottle the shit are capitalizing on those fucking people.
Why not?
It's just like when the hurricane hit, you know, all them people
I told you I had to pee
buying up that
first.
water and going down there and selling the shit outrageously. Like you're
Jake.
paying like $15 for a fucking case
Case
of
of
water
water.
when these people are homeless.
Dude, I just went to the
lost
fucking.
everything they fucking
I just
had.
paid $14 fucking dollars for 2 cases of water from the Arab store.
You're trying to fucking same thing to do with community correction and shit. You're like you're trying to fucking suck dry the fucking people who are the least advantaged in
they
the
make
fucking
sure that-
civilization. You know what I mean? You're trying to fucking just suck them all the way fucking dry, making it, you know what I mean, even harder. It's fucking ridiculous.
That's what's crazy.
Jesus, babe.
This motherfucker.
That's the beauty of it, though. Motherfucker ain't gonna give up. You're gonna keep fighting.
It'll fight. Yeah.
It's inevitable. Huh? I don't even know what happened. Do I? Huh? I got a bathroom in here too. I don't know. When I walked in there earlier, I didn't see that it went back a little further. And there was like a litter box in there. I'm like, no, that ain't the fucking toilet. Oh man. Everything's so much easier. Yeah, right there. It's fucking cold in here. God damn it. You got your phone, right?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Should probably have to use the light to find the couch, because I don't know where the fuck I'm going in there. I don't know where the light switches are.
So, how do we find the couch then? Why can't you help me find the couch?
I see you.
Hey, I feel lost.
Hmm?
I feel lost in here.
Yeah, I don't know where the fuck I'm going.
Alright, so turn my camera. Wait, flashlight.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Okay.
You see how everything is back to life? You lose your...
Can you bring me? No, what is it?
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
Because they have them like over there.
You lose your way. So what do you use to guide you? Light. You are that spark of light. To guide other people.
You don't think I'm shitty?
No. Absolutely not.
Will you turn that off?
Yeah.
And sit here and talk to me for a minute?
I'll figure out how to turn it off.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm about to sit right here.
Oh, okay, here. Why don't you just sit over there?
Because I want to sit right here.
You want to move?
Nope. You're right where you need to be.
Okay, can I take my shirt off though?
Your
I have
shirt.
I have a sweatshirt on.
I don't care what you do.
I know, but you're on me.
Oh.
But I love you.
Do you finally get it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you finally get it? What I've been fighting for?
It's just so tiring to just help people all the time.
I know it
It's
is.
exhausting.
It's
And I kind of feel like, honestly, like maybe the reason why I've been so angry lately is because I'm tired. Like I feel like I've been doing it for a long time.
I know you have.
And I'm just tired.
Everybody is.
And maybe that's why I'm so angry.
You don't think I get tired of it? That's all I do is help people, Miranda. Everybody. I don't do it for me, I do it for everybody
I
else.
don't know, I just feel like you're not even like paying attention to me sometimes.
But I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
And I'm so scared that during all of this, you're gonna find somebody.
No,
Like, why are you laughing?
it's impossible. There is nobody else. It's me and you.
You're not telling me how I feel about the shit.
Huh?
Like, I'm just telling you how I feel.
I understand. I understand.
You laughing.
I'm telling you how I feel. Till the wheels fall off, nigga.
You're not gonna find somebody else?
No. It's not even a fucking thought. It's meant to be.
You can go back to your fire now if you want. I'm sorry I drug you away.
I'm enjoying this. I'm just glad you finally fucking realize it, dude. Realize what the fuck we are, what we're here for. It's not about you. It's about spreading the message. Helping people realize that everything is connected. That we're all the same thing.
I'll help you.
Thank you. That's all I've been asking for.
Be so chill out on some of your stuff. Please.
What? Like what?
Like the DMT.
Dude, I haven't even tried fucking with that DMT. That shit's irrelevant now. The psychedelics are a catalyst to help people realize it.
I get that.
It's a necessity. It's a tool. It's just,
I feel like I understand now.
I know you do. I knew you would. That's why I drug you here. You've been fighting it for so fucking long.
But why when I was there when
You just
we
didn't.
first realized?
You didn't understand it.
But why would I fight it? That's what I'm wondering. Why would I fight it?
Like what I told you earlier. People are scared of what they don't understand. No Remember how we talked about death and all that shit earlier?
Yeah, which I'm not scared of that.
There's no need to be.
There's not, because it's gonna happen. Regardless.
Exactly. Everything is gonna happen regardless. We have no control over it.
But yet you have control.
But we do, yes, exactly. We still have free will.
You can control everything, but it's gonna. But
You can literally control everything.
certain shit's still gonna happen.
Exactly.
You can control the way it goes.
Exactly. Like fucking exactly. Exactly.
Are you happy?
I'm extremely happy. I told you I was gonna change the fucking world, Miranda. This idea,
This makes me.
it's beautiful. It's so fucking beautiful. That's the great thing about it. This is gonna revolutionize the entire world. Once this catches hold, there's
The
gonna...
world's gonna be such a great place.
Dude, I know. That's what I've been trying to tell you. There's gonna be no need for war, no need for fucking...
The world would be so big.
It's
It
gonna...
already is.
It's going to be.
And it already is.
I know it is.
But people not understanding the shit is
People
making
are...
it ugly.
People are fucking lost, Miranda.
They're
You're-
making it all ugly because they don't understand.
You're here to guide them. You are here to guide them.
See, I feel like something is wrong with me in my head right now because, like, I'm happy, right? Like, I'm so happy. But I don't know why, like, I feel a certain way right now, like, about, like, you videotape, or, like, recording this.
Why?
I don't know.
That's how it's gonna happen. There's gonna be, the fucking drug test? Give a fuck about that. Give a fuck about, there's not gonna be any need for a fucking government,
No,
nothing.
There won't be any.
Exactly. No money, no nothing.
I mean, you're still gonna need money.
No, there's gonna be no need for it. Everybody is just gonna do things to help everybody else. That's what we were fucking put here for, dude. To help everybody, to guide each other.
Do you know how long this is gonna take for people to understand this?
It's not. It's not.
There's so many people there, Josh.
I understand that.
It's such a big, huge place. You know how long it's gonna take for everybody to catch up and to understand it.
It's not the internet, dude.
But it's more than that.
It's not.
It
The
is.
internet.
No.
Yeah.
You think
Literally.
people are just gonna fucking understand that?
I know they are.
But from the internet?
Yeah. 100%.
Did I understand and learn this from the internet? No.
It's the idea. It's the realization of it. Once you fucking realize it, nothing else matters. Nothing. There's no fucking money, nothing. It's gonna revolutionize this fucking world.
Have I been shitty? Have I been a shitty person lately? Because this is what it's making me feel like.
No, you've just been lost. Just been lost. Everybody loses their way.
But I feel like it makes me weak. Like I feel weak. And I'm not.
I know you're not.
I'm not at all.
Nope.
I'm very, very strong.
Extremely.
I feel like I'm strong, like a lot stronger than what fucking most people.
You're fucking 1,000,000 times stronger than any of them fucking other bitches.
but just lately I've been just fucking breaking down and crying. And just fucking...
It's because you don't understand it. You didn't understand it, dude. You do now. See it. You see it. We're practically like, we're consciousness. We don't exist. It's fucking, we exist. But
we exist to make that exist.
Exactly. We exist to observe. By observing, we bring something into
If we weren't
reality.
here, we'd be nothing.
Exactly.
We exist so that can exist. So that can exist. And it goes. And it just keeps going and going and going and going
Exactly.
and going.
Exactly. The universe is fucking conscious. It's going to find a
It's
way.
a fucking chain. It's just a fucking chain of
It's
reaction.
going to find a way for conscious life to observe it. Without it, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, but just right now, dude, I just feel like everybody else.
But you're not. You are one
Like
of...
for some reason, like you having to guide me here makes me feel weak as a human.
No.
Because I should have everything. Just what I'm saying. Do
It-
you understand that?
I understand what you mean, but it finds, it finds certain individuals. I don't know what it does. Some way.
And you know how shitty it makes me feel that it didn't find me?
I understand that, but it's
Because it found me. But like, why not me?
Bro, you were literally probably the third person ever in existence to realize this. How great is that? How beautiful is that? Nobody else knows what you know.
She does.
Who?
And his wife, she knows.
Exactly. But she doesn't know she knows. She doesn't know that she knows.
And for some reason, like, being around such incredible people like that makes me feel bad about myself.
That shouldn't.
It does.
Why?
I don't know.
Nobody knows what you know, Miranda. Nobody. But me and Kevin.
Like, what is wrong with my head? Like, why do I think like that?
It's up to you. It's up to you. Nothing's wrong with you. You're perfect. Just the way you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you
Like,
are.
I'm fucked up.
You're not. You're perfect. You're fucking perfect. I love you.
I feel so fucked up. Like, all the time. Like, why do I feel like this? Like, can you tell me that much? Like, can you help me? Why do I feel like I do?
I love you so much.
Because I feel like you constantly feeling like that is gonna fucking... It's gonna drain me. It's gonna take me to a really, really bad spot. And I don't want to go there. And I feel like that's what it's gonna do with my life. Because the more good I surround myself around, because I don't feel like I'm like...
Miranda.
What?
Listen to me.
Okay.
You're going to be fine. I promise. You understand? What do you
You have all these people in the world that are just so... There are so many people just like you.
Look at me.
Do you know that? Everybody is like there's-
Miranda,
What? I'm trying to respond.
look at me. Nobody knows what you know. Look at this right now. Look at We're the same thing. We're the same thing.
Do you think that's why I feel the way I do? Because nobody else knows. And it makes me feel empty for other people. Because really, when you think about it, if we're like the only ones who really know about this shit, that's a lot of fucking weight to carry. Like, have you ever thought about that? Like, that's so much weight to carry.
Listen. You cannot give up. You can't. It's not an option. It's not a fucking option.
But I just ask myself, like, why am I being so shitty? Like, you know, like, I know, like, that you, I know that you understand what I mean. Because you see it, like, you see me go into a shitty human being.
I can only value you so much.
Didn't you?
Huh?
Didn't you, like, see me, like,
I tried.
I feel like there was no good in me.
Well, I brought it up. That's what I'm here for. That's
But
what
it's just, it's been here the whole time.
That's what we're here for.
And I feel like I'm a burden to you, like I'm in your way.
You're right here with me, silent. Leading the fucking way. Revolutionizing the fucking world. Stand beside me. It's going to happen. They chose us.
Why is Kevin on this conversation?
He's right here. Who knows? Who knows? We've known our whole lives.
Everybody knows. They just don't know that they know.
They don't know what we are. Everybody's lost.
Literally.
Exactly. Literally. Everything else, all this fucking shit is just meaningless.
People just live. They just live their everyday lives and they don't understand, like, they don't realize that they know. Because every human being knows.
Exactly. It's a matrix.
They all know whether they want to fucking, whether people want to see it or not.
Because we're all the same.
Do you think this happened for Steven?
Yeah.
So then it's not, it chose us.
He doesn't. This has never happened. Right now, what me and you are doing, I've never experienced it. There was a part of it. Steven understood. The spark. He got it. You know what I mean? But what
Yeah, this shit happens with you and Kevin, don't you know?
Yeah, that's fucking.
So you have experience.
No,
That's
no,
what I'm saying.
not this. No, in hell, not this.
What do you mean? Like,
I've never been able. I've never. Look. We don't exist. We exist. We exist. What we,
I see it. I do. I see it. I see it. I feel it.
what we receive is what fucking we bring into reality.
That's see it and feel it. Like, you don't even have to see it, dude. You can just fucking feel it.
I know. You and Kevin are the only people that know this. Give a fuck about money. It's not even
I mean, regardless, you need that to live.
no, we don't.
In today's world and what's going on right now, yes, you do.
It's
Yes, you do.
it's going to change. That
But you can't have, like, but it takes time
it's
to
not
change.
gonna take time.
Josh, yes, it
I
is.
promise you.
It's gonna take, dude.
The way that it's evolved, the internet and everything nowadays, how it is nowadays,
I feel like now, like,
it's
this
happening.
makes me feel selfish because, like, after everybody knows, I'm just gonna be here like, oh, well, I thought this was just, like, for us to know.
No,
Like, that's just,
it's everybody. It's
I know, but
fun.
it makes me feel selfish for me thinking that way. Do you know what I mean?
No, what do you mean?
Like, once everybody knows, it's gonna make me kind of feel like not so
Important?
special anymore. Yeah. Does that make sense? And I feel like that makes me feel selfish. Like, it makes me sound selfish.
I mean, why even have that thought process? Because it started with us. We are the leaders, the forefront.
But why us? Why?
I don't know. It just happened. Just like anything else in this universe, it just happens.
Have you ever sat down and, like, talked and, like, felt what the fuck we are discussing right now?
Nope.
Not with Kevin?
Nope. It's never happened. It's never happened. What me and you are doing right now has never happened in existence.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Like, how does this not make you question it?
It does. But
And it makes me scared. It makes me like scared for
Why?
humanity, because not everybody's gonna understand it, Josh. Not everybody's gonna get it. And remember, like, maybe that's why I fought it so much. Maybe that's why it was so hard for me to get it.
probably. But you're here to guide it.
Because I feel like
It's gonna cause a fucking disruption, but
But I feel like with me, okay, I feel like me fighting it, that was supposed to happen.
yeah.
Because now I know how other people are gonna feel. Like, now I don't feel behind anymore.
Exactly.
That was supposed to happen.
I
Me
think-
feeling the way that I felt and questioning everything was supposed to happen, because now I know for a fact that's gonna happen to other people.
Exactly.
And nobody else has been through that.
Exactly.
And I can help them.
Exactly.
Because I've been through it. You personally, you have not been through that. You didn't fight it like I did.
I know. it just
Do you
happened.
see what I'm saying?
I understand.
But you understand. But you understand on a different.
I understand.
It happened differently for you, so you can help people differently than what I can.
Exactly. It's fucking beautiful, isn't it?
It's scary.
Why?
And it's gonna take a lot of time, because not everybody's gonna understand it, Josh, and they're gonna do just what I did. And some people, it's not gonna happen. Some people, it is not meant for them to happen.
Alright. It's going to happen.
I feel like for some people, it's not going to. It's not meant for it to happen
It's
for everybody.
inevitable. It will happen.
I feel like bad apples and bad seeds were put here for a reason. Yes. Yes.
I mean, maybe, but
Because it teaches others.
yeah.
Like, do you see that?
Yeah.
So no, it's not gonna happen for everybody, and it's gonna take a while for it to search its way through them bad apples. And every time this is crazy. Have you ever, like, sat down and talked about this with anybody like this?
No. What's happening right now is never happened.
I don't believe that. Like, I don't believe it, because it's so fucking in your face. It's so in your face. How can you not? Like, I feel